It's game time. WNKX welcomes you to this live presentation of local high school sports, made possible by our community advertising partners.
And welcome to WNKX Live. We are live on YouTube here tonight from J.E. Cisco Memorial Gymnasium, and it's been a cloudy, overcast day here in Centerville, but the lights are bright here tonight inside the high school. Now, Cam, we missed you last week. Glad to have you back here tonight.
Yes, sir. Excited to be here. Excited for all the things happening around Hickman County basketball. I saw Elisha Puckett got nominated for Mr. Basketball, so that's cool to see. Heard they got a win last Friday when I was out of town. So two big things going for the Dogs, and excited to see them play Lewis County.
Yeah, absolutely, Cam. Now we know the last time these two teams met, Hickman County, the Lady Dogs won by 40. So they definitely won with an exclamation point stamped on the end of that game. And the Hickman County Lady Dogs enter into tonight's Tuesday matchup, sitting at 14-10, 2-2 in the district, while Lewis County enters in tonight 5-13, 1-3 in their respective district. Of course, your Hickman County Lady Dogs, head coached by Gavin Gordon. And Cam, you mentioned that Hickman County, they are coming off of a W on the road at Harpeth last Friday. Both the guys and the girls teams picked up big wins. But Cam, tonight is a big game. Some would consider this week rivalry week because of the two teams the Hickman's playing. Of course, tonight they begin the week against Lewis County at home. Friday, we're back home against East Hickman. So two games that'll be high octane, high energy, high intensity. And Cam, from what I've heard, a lot of people have been talking. The rumor on the street is things might get chippy. But that's something that we know. We saw a little bit of that last time, especially on the road at Lewis County. Fans, coaches, players all getting involved in the trash talk, and I imagine there'll be more of the same here tonight. But Hickman County needing a big win here to continue their momentum into Friday, as they were defeated by East Hickman last time these two teams faced off. So today's game could go a long way in getting momentum as the season winds to a close.
Yeah, Josh, absolutely. You know, this game, no matter what happens, is either going to help or hurt the momentum of quite a lot. You know, any Lewis County game, I just want to see the Dogs just tear them to shreds in every sense of the word. And I expect them to do that tonight. As you said, the girls, last time they played, won by 40. Let's make it 60. And how do we do that, Josh? Well, we do it through playing as a team. I was looking at the stats from last Friday. We had nobody in double digits. That's quite bizarre coming from this roster. But it was very well balanced. Let's just take the balance to that and put a multiplier on it, right? Let's go from scoring 41 and it being pretty even through everyone to let's score 80 and let it be even through everybody.
Well, Cam, and to your point, the last several games we've seen from the Hickman County Lady Dogs, specifically the Harpeth game and the Camden game, both very low-scoring games. Of course, the Harpeth game ended 41-28 in favor of the Lady Dogs. Now, Camden did defeat Hickman County. And Cam, so we've seen the Lady Dogs on both ends of the low-scoring stick, if you will. Hickman County won a low-scoring game and lost a low-scoring game. But we've also seen several 50-50 games that have been decided in the final minute or two almost never go the way of the Lady Dogs. So, Cam, what do they need to do to get on the winning end of these toss-up ball games?
Well, the first thing is don't get in them, right? Take care of business before you get to the end of the game. That means rebound. That means box out. That means play defense the whole time. All 5 players at all times playing defense. Do the little things well. Don't turn the ball over. If you are in the situation, don't let the moment get too big. Your best ball handlers, best passers, best playmakers, best scorers, put the ball in their hands in places to succeed. That's going to be the big thing tonight, is putting each other in a place to succeed.
And Cam, more than that, I think we could say capitalizing on the little things. capitalizing on the opportunities that your opponent gives you. Looking at the stat sheet from last Friday's ball game, I look at the stat sheet, what stands out to me is Zoe Chilton. She had 9 points on the night, and only 2 of those 9 weren't free throws. She had 1 2-point bucket, the rest came from the stripe. So Cam, that tells me Zoe's feeling very confident, very calm, cool, and collected at the free throw line. And Cam, if the rest of the team starts to feel that same way, if you can capitalize on free points, those go a long way in deciding ball games.
Yeah, Josh, absolutely. And tonight is a night to do that. A team that you obliterated last time you saw them, a team that will no doubt be motivated to come out and punch you in the mouth to see how they can get back in this game, but you have to keep them down, right? You know that you're a better team. Go out, take care of business, play with the confidence that you should have against an opponent like this, and play with such an overwhelming confidence that it turns into a big W.
And Cam, we talk about balance, right? There were only 2 ladies during Harpeth's game on Friday that scored in both halves. Zoe Chilton scored 2 points in the first half, scored 7 in the second half. Then we look up at Delaney King, scored 5 points in the first half, scored 4 in the second. But the rest of the ladies that would notch a bucket on the game, it came in either one half or the other. So Cam, definitely King and Chilton deserve a lot of praise from last Friday's ball game. And we look around. Chloe Warren, though, didn't have any first half points, but scored 6 in the second half, 4 of those coming from the stripe. And Cam, we talked to Coach Gordon, or at least I did on Friday, about Chloe Warren's confidence. He has been encouraging her to have more faith in her shot. As we've noticed the last several games, she has been shooting a lot more from beyond the three-point line, and I think that could go a long way into making her a dual threat, if you will. She can drive into the paint with the best of them, and if she can find that three-point shot, how do you stop her?
Well, Josh, we as a team need Chloe to be that confident, right? It gives us another dimension to our offense. It gives us another layer. She is the most athletic person on the floor, like we talked about a number of times. No one can stay in front of her. If she puts her head down and gets to that basket, who's stopping her, Josh? Nobody. Nobody is stopping her, only herself. So she has to allow herself to succeed. Now, as for the rest of the team, we have got to shoot the basketball. Be aggressive. Put the ball up. And on the offensive end, we are a team that has taken care of business against these people. And so doing that, let's be the aggressors on the offensive boards tonight. That's another thing I want to see. Let's get after them on the offensive end in the paint. Make them uncomfortable with everything they do.
And Cam, you mentioned getting after them, making them uncomfortable. I think one of the best players that can do that on this team is someone who we've been missing over the last week or so, and that's Haley Gordon. Now, we noticed tonight she is dressed out. We heard last week that Coach Gordon was anticipating having her back by tonight's game. But Cam, how many minutes are you expecting Haley to get here tonight?
I would say as many as needed, right? We know that she's a spark. We know that she gets the team energized. If the team requires that tonight, I would expect to see her get a significant amount of minutes. Now, a significant coming off of a concussion, we're looking at, 3 minutes a quarter. We're looking at her getting in for 10 to 12 minutes in this ball game. But that's still a good bit for somebody coming off of that. But again, her energy, and I've been watching her in warm-ups, she is excited to get back out on this floor.
And I know Hickman County is excited to have her back. Of course, concussions, nothing to mess around with. And we look at the stat sheet, Nola Bentley didn't have any points against Harpeth, but we know she had a fantastic game at Lewis County. So Cam, maybe facing off against these Lady Panthers again is exactly what Nola needs to get back in her rhythm, because when she's shooting well, the rest of the team is playing well. We saw Carly Everett make several threes on Friday, so maybe they can start to see multiple three-point threats emerge in this ball game here tonight. Now, folks, it is senior night here tonight. A lot of festivities on the way. But, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Josh Copley with Cameron Peters. We'll be right back after this break for tip-off.
Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Tavern style pizza is our thing.
Why couldn't you be happy with deep dish like all the tourists? That's good.
And you just had to make it so crispy and delicious.
It's perfection.
They put the toppings all the way to the edge.
It's
cut in the shareable square.
Yeah, it's delicious.
What's your deal, Pizza Hut?
Your secret's out, Chicago. Try any of our large Chicago tavern-style recipes for just $12 each.
Hey, Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Sorry, Chicago. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Apology accepted.
Smart appliances, heating and cooling, solar, electric vehicles, mobile apps. Energy impacts your life in many ways.
It's our job to power the technology that brings comfort and value to your busy life.
Your life,
your way.
So you're in the driver's seat.
Let us help. Contact the energy pros at Meriwether Lewis Electric.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The national anthem has been concluded, and we are just about ready to get things underway here from J.E. Siska Memorial Gymnasium in Centerville, Tennessee. They say there's no place like home, and that certainly applies here tonight. And someone that we've been without on specifically, I should say, on last Friday's game was Cameron Peters, and we're welcome to have him back here tonight. Cam, things weren't quite the same without you, and I know we're ready to see some awesome basketball be played here tonight as they begin to introduce the starting lineups for both of these sides.
And Josh, it's good to be back. It's exciting to be back. I missed it, and I'm excited to see these Lady Dogs get going.
So the starting five for the Lewis County Lady Panthers: Jaslyn Connor, number 5, number 11, Jalen Ball, number 13, Jaden Moore, number 23, Bianca Smith, and number 32, Paisley Kellogg. And for Hickman County, Delaney King, the first introduced, followed by Ava Floyd, then Nola Kate Bentley, followed by Chloe Warren, and then Zoe Chilton. So a starting five that we're used to seeing. And Cam, on senior night, how motivated do you think Warren, Bentley, and King are tonight to be on their absolute best?
I mean, I would certainly say that they're motivated tonight. It's not their last time being on this floor, but it is a night that is about them. So I'm sure they're all motivated to have a good game. You can't let that turn into I hope I have a good game, though, right? It has to be I'm going to play well, I'm going to be confident in what I'm doing, and just show what I can do, and I think they'll do that.
So here we go. We are about ready to tip things off here at Hickman County High School in a big rivalry game. And Delaney King unable to win the tip, and Lewis County will start off with the ball here tonight. It's Kellogg. Bounce pass over to Baugh. Baugh to Moore at the right wing. Now back up top. It's Connor. Another bounce pass. Finds Smith. Now over to Moore. Moore guarded by Chilton very well. Backs up into the corner. Nowhere to go with it, and finally dishes it off to Baugh, who comes in for the assist. A Baugh bounce passing. Connor in the paint. Bentley And Chilton there to play some defense. Looks to go up, but can't. Has to get back out up top. So some great defense being played here early by the Lady Dogs. Kellogg, low bounce pass to Bob, but she's able to corral it. It's given back over to Connor. We're expecting a packed house here tonight. Of course, a big rivalry game such as this one always brings the fans in from both sides. Paisley Kellogg again has to give it to Jaslyn Connor, and they just haven't had anything going so far on offense. And Cam, this is the part of high school ball that makes you wish there was a shot clock.
Yeah, Josh, but you got to commend the Lady Dogs. There's finally a shot taken by Lewis County, and they get the rebound back.
So Smith looks to drive in, puts it up off the glass, no good, hits off the side of the backboard. Warren picks it up and takes a tumble, and she will be fouled by Moore.
But, Josh, I mean, what can you say? The Lady Dogs coming out in that man-to-man defense, and it looks good tonight, Josh. They look motivated on the defensive end, absolutely putting a stop to anything that Lewis County was trying to draw up there. If that defense continues, that defensive effort, it's going to be a long night for the Panthers.
So Warren gives over to Bentley. Bentley up top to Chilton. Out of the corner, Floyd from three, bang! And Ava gets us started here in J.E. Cisco with a three. 3-0 your score here early. Lady Dogs up into our first minute of play. And the ball's loose, but picked up by Connor. Fortunate break there for Lewis County. Now Moore gives up top to Smith. And Smith loses the handle of it, and Floyd dives in, looking to force a turnover. Nothing going. A bit of a smile on the face of Floyd. And Cam, she put life and limb on the line there as she went for that ball.
Yeah, Josh, you know, you got to hop on it early if you're going to get that steal clean. There, she fouled the opponent, but I love the aggressiveness, and I want to see them continue to be that aggressive.
And Smith gives up top to Kellogg. I should note that it's very nice to have our video camera back. I know the last few games we've had audio only. And tries to drive in as Bob, but has it ripped away, and it's a turnover for the Lady Dogs. And Chilton crossing midcourt gives to Bentley at the left wing. Bentley dribbles right, gives back to her left. Warren, out of Bentley. Out of Chilton, back to Bentley. Across the way, finds King inside. Loses her footing a little bit, and they'll call a foul on Bob. So, Cam, that was a tight window for Bentley to fit that pass in, but she does, and King draws the foul. Of course, knowing King, if she can use her size here tonight, her physicality, we're going to see a lot of fouls drawn by her tonight.
Yeah, Josh, absolutely, and a great entry pass there to get that started.
Floyd, quick catch release. Can't get the three to fall as it kicks off the rim and picked up by the Lady Panthers. So we've played 2 minutes of ball here in this first quarter. 5 minutes remaining in the first. 3-0 your score. Lady Dogs up front. Connor gives to Moore up top. Moore over to Kellogg. Now to Smith, looking a lot of passes here for the Lady Panthers. Now Connor finally decides to drive all the way high off the glass. No good. Ball gets the rebound. Put back no good. And King gets the rebound. So the Lady Dogs force two very errant shots there. And it nets them the possession with no points given up.
Josh, I've been trying to diagnose this defense that Lewis County is playing. Floyd from the corner knocking it down.
And Cam, Ava Floyd had no threes made against Harpeth. Already has two here early here tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, she looks confident. She looks good. And the Lady Dogs just switched into their 1-3-1.
And Floyd with the breakaway. Right side of the floor into the paint. Pump fakes the pass off the glass, and it goes. And I stand corrected. Floyd did have 1-3 against Harpeth on Friday, but she's already doubled that total here tonight all the same, and she has a 2 to go along with it. So Ava Floyd, 8 points here early, accounts for all the Lady Dogs scoring as Hickman leads 8-0. A timeout is called by Lewis.
Yeah, Josh, you love seeing your top scorer come out with confidence after a rough game. Great job by Ava coming out and asserting herself in this game. Now, as I was saying earlier, this Lewis County defense, it is a 3-2 zone. But instead of having like a person up top at the three-point line, they are almost just staying flat just above the free throw line. So it's very odd in the way that they're playing it, but I think it's to draw, more, make the ball go into the paint more so they can crash and try to cause a steal. But either way, it's interesting, I'll say that.
And a substitution is called. Delaney King will take a rest on the bench. And so will Nola Bentley. And the two subbing in, Carly Everett. And Cam, here she is, number 3, Haley Gordon, back on the floor. And she's immediately breaking down in the corner. Some great defense by Gordon as she forces her along the baseline. The pass is wild, out of bounds. Turnover, Hickman County ball. So Cam, look at Gordon coming out here early. A lot of pep in her step, if you will.
Yeah, Josh, I'm sure she's well rested and ready to go. She's been waiting on this for what, a week, 2 weeks now? So she's definitely ready to go.
We know she suffered this injury against Cheatham, but they'll say it goes out on Hickman County, so Hickman will not have possession. Lewis stays with it. Smith drives to the paint, off the glass, gets the rebound, or not the rebound, but gets the shot to fall, and one. So a tough drive there by Smith against what has been a pretty formidable Lady Dog defense to this point.
Yeah, Josh, I think it's a miscommunication. I don't know if they were still in that zone or not, but I think Ava thought that they were going to switch and didn't stay on her, and that caused the easy layup.
And Smith misses the extra point attempt, and Floyd drives and gets a mid-range jumper to fall for 2. So
and a
Lewis
great
couldn't
job.
Complete the three-point play. Chilton gets the rebound, gets to Floyd. Floyd drives down and gives Hickman County some insurance.
And great job, as always, from Ava, taking what the defense gives her. As Carly Everett knocks it out of bounds.
So your score here, 10-2. Lady Dogs lead early with 3:14 to go in the first quarter. So Lewis inbounds Connor, gives up to Kellogg. Kellogg tries to go across the way, but Warren bats it away and picked up by Floyd. Floyd down the floor. Chilton loses a handle of it, and it goes out of bounds. And Lewis will capitalize off the turnover as Aaron Shepard checks into the game for Jalen Ball.
Josh, I think that's just one of those deals where Zoe was trying to shoot the ball before she actually had the ball. So, a mistake that we've seen a number of times, but one that needs to be limited.
So Shepard throws a wild pass taken away by Floyd. Down the floor, left-hander off the glass, no good. But a foul will be called, and that will send Ava to the line. The Lady Dogs wearing the white uniforms tonight. Lewis County wearing the black unis with the yellow lettering. So Ava. Can't get the first one to go. Takes 2 hops off the rim, and Nola Bentley checks into the game. Chloe Warren will be subbing out. So Floyd at the line, number 2 is up. And it falls in, nothing but net.
The second is good.
Floyd's 11th point on the game. Definitely a reverse of what we saw last Friday. So Connor being met by Floyd and Chilton looking for help, and Chilton just tries to rip it away and forces the jump ball.
And Josh, these Lady Dogs are in that 1-3-1 kind of defense that they play. We haven't seen it in, I would almost argue, a month. It's been a while since we've seen this defense, but it is a good one, and it's causing a lot of uncomfortability for these Lewis County players.
Everett finds Gordon. Gordon drives, kicks it Everett from up top. No good. Ball tipped up by Chilton, but finally corralled by Kellogg of Lewis. So the Lady Panthers on the offense. Gives over to Smith. Smith tries to find her man in the paint. Nothing there as it tips off the hands of Shepard, and Hickman County will take over. Under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter.
And Josh, Lewis County cannot figure out how to get the ball past the three-point line against this zone right now. Hickman County's done a great job keeping them up above the three-point line. That's the worst place to be in the defense they're playing, so good job by them.
And Everett goes across the way to Bentley. Floyd from 3. Splash as it rattles around and falls in. And Ava Floyd is on fire. She has 14 points already in the first quarter. 14-2 your score.
And Josh, you just got to tell her at this point, keep shooting the ball, young lady. You know, if you're feeling it this much, I ain't going to take a shot away from you.
So Lewis trying to find a solution to this Hickman defense. It goes off the hands of Moore and picked up by Gordon. Gordon left side of the floor, gives to Bentley. Out of the corner, Chilton pump fakes a three and travels. So a turnover there. We'll give the ball back to Lewis County. So Cam, what looked like a nice pump fake, of course, I guess a little too much shuffling of the feet there. We have 62 seconds to play in this first quarter. Of course, the fans keep piling into the stadium here for what should be a good game both ways. It goes out of bounds, knocked out of bounds by Hickman County. So Lewis stays in possession. Looking inbound, really nowhere to go with it. Tries to air it out to Kellogg, and it's tipped out of bounds off the hands of Lewis.
And Josh,
so Hickman County firing on all cylinders on the defensive end.
I mean, they're just not allowing anything to be easy. And it's, I mean, it's a good sign, obviously, that they're this energetic on defense, you know, and it's turning into good looks on the offensive end.
So Floyd taking her time near the logo. 30 seconds to play in the first. It gives over to Everett. Everett back to Floyd. In the corner, Bentley from three. The senior splashes a three. And I want to see more of those from NOLA here tonight, Cam. With 15 seconds, Lewis tries to answer back in a hurry. Moore at the left wing, met by King. Now up to Connor. Connor tries to drive in. Bentley there to meet her, has to dribble back out beyond the arc. 3 seconds. Pulls up from deep, Kellogg, no good. And that brings us to the end of our first quarter. A first quarter dominated by the Hickman County Bulldogs. Your score at the end of one, 17-2. We'll be right back.
Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Tavern style pizza is our thing.
Why couldn't you be happy with deep dish like all the tourists? That's good.
And you just had to make it so crispy and delicious.
It's perfection.
They put the toppings all the way to the edge.
It's cut in the shareable square.
That's delicious.
What's your deal, Pizza Hut?
Your secret's out, Chicago. Try any of our large Chicago Tavern-style recipes for just $12 each.
Hey, Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Sorry, Chicago. No one out pizzas the Hut.
Apology accepted.
Smart appliances, heating and cooling, solar, electric vehicles, mobile apps. Energy impacts your life in many ways.
It's our job to power the technology that brings comfort and value to your busy life.
Your life,
your way.
So you're in the driver's seat.
Let us help. Contact the energy pros at Meriwether Lewis Electric.
We welcome you back to WNKX. We are just about ready to start things off here in the second quarter. We appreciate you joining us here tonight on YouTube. We encourage you to subscribe, hit that bell so you can be notified anytime WNKX goes live with a presentation of Hickman County sports. We also encourage you to tell your friends to subscribe as well so we can grow the station and improve the viewing experience. So 17-2 your score, Hickman leads, and we are underway in the second quarter. Smith guarded by Chilton. Smith looking for help and finds Connor, almost airmails her. There's some nice hops there by Connor to maintain it. Pass is knocked away by the lower body of Delaney King, and it's loose on the floor, and a jump ball is called.
Jump ball.
And it will be a Hickman County ball after the jump. And Chilton inbounds to Warren.
And Josh, little things like that, just diving on the floor, giving your body up, that can put a game, you know, in a situation that can make it out of reach quickly, because that's just effort right there.
And Warren tries to find King in the paint. The bounce pass is taken away by Lewis. So Lady Panthers on the march. Smith goes to the corner, and it goes off the hands of her teammate number 22, Gabrielle Ortiz, who's in the game. but they'll say it was knocked out of bounds by Hickman. Down in the corner. Smith tries to find her man at the right elbow, nothing there. Now Warren on the drive, gives to King. Left side of the paint, spin move, puts it up off the glass, won't go. Rebounded by Lewis. So Cam, a nice move there by King, but unfortunately does not get the bucket as Baugh drives. And a foul will be called on Nola Bentley.
Yeah, Josh, great move there by Delaney King. Just didn't get the finish she wanted, obviously. If I'm Hickman County, I'm perfectly okay with that. The foul right there, you have to know, like, hey, I'm out of position. I probably need to swipe or make a deliberate foul instead of trying to take that hit. But either way, made a quick decision.
So Baugh goes 2 for 2 at the stripe to make it 17-4. Hickman still leads. The Lady Dogs now down the floor. It's Warren crossing the logo. Gives to Chilton, the right wing. Now up top to Gordon, who pulls up from 3. No good off the rim, but a tough rebound by Warren, and the left-handed putback goes in. And Cam, we saw the athleticism of Chloe Warren on display. Those hops, she jumped over everybody for that rebound. She made it look easy.
Yeah, Josh, and Chloe stepping up, doing the little things tonight. Getting that offensive rebound and the putback is going to be so big in putting this game out of reach.
Connor in the corner tries to dribble between Warren and Gordon, unable to do so. And that will be a walk called on Lewis County. And Haley Gordon checks out, so Coach Gordon definitely limiting her minutes here tonight. And Ava Floyd back into the game. Warren dribbles, speeds over to Floyd, gives it back out. Bentley, Chilton from deep. Splash! And Ava.
Absolutely, Josh.
For the big 3.
Josh, we need more of that right there. A confident Zoe Chilton from the three-point line. You know, tonight we're clicking on all cylinders. I don't want to jinx us, but my goodness, let's keep going.
Another takeaway. Warren down the floor tries to find Chilton, but it goes off her fingertips and into the hands of Connor. So Lewis gets the turnover. Pass into the corner. Will stay with Lewis. Well, one official points towards Lewis, one official says Hickman, but they settle on Lewis County ball. Now to Shepard, dribbles up, tries to find a ball in the paint, but Floyd's hand secures the ball. Floyd tries to find Chilton, but it's knocked away by Lewis. Left side of the floor, it's Smith. Down the floor in a hurry, bounce pass. Ortiz puts it up, won't go. Rebounded by Warren, now to Floyd. Floyd, nice move, floats it up, won't go. King tries to slap it out, but it's still picked up by Lewis County. Ortiz, right side of the floor.
And Josh causing turnovers, but coming up as Ortiz just goes right through the teeth of the defense for a layup there. But as I was about to say, you know, causing turnovers and not ending that in a bucket, that's not the result you want, but it is a good result on the defensive side, and eventually those shots are going to fall.
And Chilton pulls up again. This shot won't go, and it falls into the hands of Jalen Baugh. Right side of the floor, Ortiz tries to drive again, and a charge will be called. So Cam, Ortiz trying to go for the same move she did last time that netted her a couple points, but that time looked like she's lowered her shoulder there like an NFL running back, and the official will blow that whistle every time.
Yeah, Josh, and it was a great job by our girls to recognize, hey, she's gone twice where she's basically just tucked it like she's about to be Saquon Barkley next Sunday, and to adjust and to take that hit.
So Everett in the game, and so is Tinley Davis. Floyd and Bentley sub out. Now Everett, right wing, pulls up from deep, no good. Davis tips it, and King corrals it, tries to put it up, but it's knocked out of bounds by Lewis, so Hickman maintains possession. So Tinley Davis hasn't been on the floor about 30 seconds, and she's already making her mark on the game. And Chilton passes out to Everett. Everett dribbles in, finds King in the paint. Back out to Everett. Up top, it's Warren, swings it quickly to Chilton, pulls up from 3, Good. Zoe Chilton, her second three of the game, and she is feeling it here tonight. And Cam, what I've noticed, what has set up Chilton for those last two threes, a lot of quick ball movement, quick passes, knowing where to go with the ball and when to go with it.
And a quick decision by her to pull the trigger as well.
And a three by Smith, well off the mark, no good. Baugh tries to save it, unable to do so, and Hickman takes back possession. Your score 25-6 in favor of the Lady Dogs. It's been a one-sided ball game to this point.
Josh.
Of course, a lot of game left to be played.
I love a good long distance, we're talking from fast pace shot from Carly Everett. I love watching her shoot those deep three balls.
And Chilton spins through and knocks down the long two from the free throw stripe. What a move by Zoe Chilton. And this Hickman offense feels like they can do no wrong here so far in this first half. Connor to Smith. Smith tries to drive in on Chilton, can't, gives it back out. A deep three attempted by Jaden Moore will fall well short. And the save attempted by Lewis. That was Kellogg, unable to do so. Hickman County will take possession.
Josh, that student section is alive tonight. They're ripping and ready to go against these Lewis County Panthers.
There are certain games, Cam, that always feel bigger than others. And Everett, no good, can't get the three to connect. And it goes out of bounds, Lewis ball. But Cam, what I was saying is it seems like there are some games on the schedule that just feel a bit bigger than others. Lewis County is certainly one of those. East Hickman this Friday will be one of those as well.
Yeah, Josh, absolutely. You know my thoughts on it. I always think that yellow and black is way worse than blue will ever be.
Of course, it is senior night here tonight, and one of the seniors at Hickman County High School has been helping us produce for most of the season, John Michael Lewis. A very special thank you to him. And it's taken away by Chilton out of the hands of Kellogg. Down the floor, one-on-one, Moore versus Chilton. Chilton goes up for the tough two, won't get it, but she is fouled and will go to the line.
And Josh, you love seeing Chilton take control of that break, take it herself. You know, something I would love to see is, you know, where Ava has her little counters to it. I would love a little counter move there by the defense catching up, but nonetheless, getting that foul drawn, that's big.
Chilton unable to make her first. Number two is up, and it falls in.
The second is good.
So 9 points in this first half for Zoe Chilton. Down the right side, it's Ortiz. Davis guarding her. Tries to find somebody to help and can't, and she's called for the walk. This relentless Hickman County defense.
Josh, that's an interesting walk call there. She had already let go of the ball, but hey, dog's ball.
So some subs here. Gordon back in the game. Floyd back in the game. Everett gives to Bentley. Bentley over to Everett. Everett drives, goes all the way, puts it up and gets the roll.
And a great job there by Carly forcing the issue inside, making it tough on the defender, using her body really well to get that shot off.
Of course, Carly Everett, the woman without fear. And a pass attempted into the paint for Baugh. Floyd goes up there. Looked like a wide receiver versus a cornerback there almost came on the football field. But of course, in the world of basketball, a foul will be called there.
Yeah, sadly, I would argue that, to use a football term, Ava got mossed.
So Lewis inbounds. Kellogg out beyond the perimeter, gives over to Ortiz. Ortiz dribbles in, bounce pass. And Baugh, a little too much movement with the feet, will draw the walk. So 30-6 your score. Hickman County leads under 90 seconds to play in this first half. Floyd, Gordon from three. Welcome back, Haley Gordon. Her first bucket in over a week. That's got to feel good for Haley Gordon.
Yeah, absolutely, Josh. And, you know, she's been letting it fly all through the night. Finally, we get to see her knock one down. Great job there by that young lady. And we have an off-ball foul there by Lewis County. I believe it was an illegal screen or a push-off heading Hickman County's way.
So I should clarify, John Michael, the man who has been helping us this season, is a junior, not a senior. But our other camera person for the night is Janie Brown. She is a senior. So a very special thank you to Janie as Everett pulls up from deep, short off the front of the rim. Down the floor. Tries to float it to Ball. Puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Bentley, back to Floyd. Unsure if that was a alley-oop attempt or... And a great save by Davis. Gives it to Gordon, now to Everett. Bentley from way deep. No good. But Davis gets it. The putback will fall.
And a huge play there by Tinley Davis. Definitely not the tallest girl, but gets in there, gets that rebound and a putback.
Make it 35-6. And it goes out of bounds on Lewis. 7.7 seconds to go in the first half of play. Hickman has plenty of time to add on some more points. Floyd down the floor, quickly to Everett. Everett drives, 4 seconds, puts it up off the glass, won't go. Rebounded by Lewis, but they're unable to do anything with it as the time expires. Here in our first half of play. At the first half, your score, Hickman County 35, Lewis County 6, an offensive and defensive performance here on display by the Hickman County Lady Dogs. So folks, we're going to be taking a brief intermission. We'll be back in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere.
Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Tavern style pizza is our thing.
Why couldn't you be happy with deep dish like all the tourists? That's good.
And you just had to make it so crispy and delicious.
It's perfection.
They put the toppings all the way to the edge.
It's cut in the shareable square.
That's delicious.
What's your deal, Pizza Hut?
Your secret's out, Chicago. Try any of our large Chicago Tavern-style recipes for just $12 each.
Hey, Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Sorry, Chicago. No one out pizza's the Hut.
Apology accepted.
Smart appliances, heating and cooling, solar, electric vehicles, mobile apps. Energy impacts your life in many ways.
It's our job to power the technology that brings comfort and value to your busy life.
Your life,
your way.
So you're in the driver's seat.
Let us help. Contact the energy pros at Meriwether Lewis Electric.
And welcome back. We have just under 2 minutes left until we begin the second half of play here from J.E. Cisco Memorial Gymnasium. And Cam, it seems like the fans continue to keep piling in so far. We expect a sold-out crowd here tonight in Hickman County.
You know, I'm expecting to see us go down there and them having to unravel a new thing of tickets, Josh. You know, I want to see this house packed.
And Cam, for those that are just joining us, of course, via the live stream, you missed a pretty dominant first half by the Hickman County Lady Dogs. They currently lead 35-6 over Lewis County. We saw the returning Haley Gordon make a big 3. Carly Everett had a big 2. Tinley Davis had a putback 2. Ava Floyd had a 14-point first half, and that was even with her getting more breaks than we're used to her getting in first halves. We saw Nola Bentley make a big 3. Chloe Warren had a tough 2, and Zoe Chilton had 9 points as well. Some of the most points she scored in a half this season.
Yeah, Josh, absolutely. Just a full-on aggressive tear from these Lady Dogs, and I fully expect it to continue. If it doesn't continue at the rate that it's going at right now, and I'm Coach Gordon, I'm frustrated, right? I want to bury Lewis County if I'm him, because you can gain so much momentum from this game, so much confidence from this game that you can put on later on in the season and pull this game out and have this to go back to and have a bright spot where you can find it and continue with encouragement.
So we are underway here in the third quarter. Smith will start things off for Lewis, and she sails it over the head of Kellogg, who tries to save it, but it finds the hands of Chloe Warren. Warren has it knocked out of her hands by Connor and picked up by Smith. So Lewis now going back their way. Gives to Moore from 3 in the face of Bentley, won't go. Nice reflexes by Chilton to get that quick board. Now Hickman on the march again. Bentley from 3. No good. Picked up by Connor.
And Josh, if I'm Nola Kate, I just got to keep letting it fly, right? You know, you look this good coming out. Keep shooting. I mean, what do you have to lose right now?
And knocked out of bounds by Chloe Warren.
And Josh, this Lewis County offense is in shambles right now. They don't know what to do against this 1-3-1. And early in the game, you know, we were in that man. They got a couple of buckets from miscommunication. So far in this zone, they've scored once, and it is tough.
Ball gives left to Smith. Smith goes across the way, off the hands of Chilton. And Warren tries to get it, but it goes out of her hands. Picked up mid-range by Connor, no good. Rebounded by Bentley. Floyd down the floor, nice pass to Chilton. 2-on-1 off the glass, gets it to roll. And Zoe Chilton, the first bucket for the Lady Dogs in this second half. 37-6 your score.
A really tough finish there by Chilton, going through some hands there to get that layup.
Cam, I'll try to pause a little bit more. I know I'm coming off of a Friday game where it was a solo act. And a turnover there by Bentley to Chilton. Down the floor, 1-on-1, takes it up, gets it to go. Zoe Chilton absolutely torching Lewis here tonight. And Kellogg, left side of the floor, met by 3 Lady Dogs. Connor in the left corner, looking for help. Floyd and Warren, they're playing defense. Nowhere to go. Bounce pass over to Kellogg. Now back up top to Baugh. Baugh from 3. Won't go, rattles in and out. So Cam, a little bit surprised that Lewis didn't take a timeout there.
Yeah, Josh, fortunate, honestly, for the Hickman County Dogs is Ava Floyd just drops right by her defender. Tough lay off top of the glass.
Ava Floyd, or as we like to call her at WNKX, Danica Patrick. No one drives quite like her. Make that 41-6. Smith, right wing, floats it right to the hands of Floyd. The Floyd's feet were on the baseline, so Lewis will stay in possession. Chilton coming out, Gordon coming in. Of course, Zoe is moving back and forth a lot so far in this third quarter. A well-deserved rest in the inbound. Sails over the head of Kellogg. Gordon down the lane, and the left-handed layup is no good. Got a little too excited there and tries to go off the face of Floyd, and Floyd makes her pay for it as she draws the and one. So Cam, it's certainly an act of desperation there by Kellogg, trying to throw it off of Floyd, I guess. But Floyd with some great reflexes and some great arm strength as well to maintain that ball at point-blank range.
Josh, that was an amusing turn of events right there. Haley Gordon, I will forever say, unless you're talking past half court as Ava Floyd knocks down her free throw, unless you're talking past half court and a wide open layup is the most daunting shot. So I get that. But Ava Floyd just snatching the ball out of the air. I don't know if it's out of luck or skill, but hey, it worked.
Ball drives in, shot no good, and it goes out of bounds on the Lady Dogs. Very physical play there from both sides, but no whistle blown for either side. So Lewis inbounds Kellogg. Going to the corner. Driving in is Ortiz, knocked away by Warren and picked up by Bentley, who gives back to Chloe, down the floor to Gordon. Gordon bounce pass to King, puts it up off the glass and gets it to go. And that's Delaney King's first bucket of the night, 46-6. Hickman County up by 40. Ortiz to Kellogg. Out of Shepard. Shepard gives Ortiz bounce pass. Baugh backing down, puts it up wildly, no good, but a foul will be called. So that will send Jalen Baugh to the free throw line. Looking to cut into this sizable deficit.
And Josh, I mean, what can be said about this game that hasn't already been said from a performance side from the Lady Dogs? They look so sharp, so in place, and just being enforcers, not just one person, but all five.
Everett and Davis checking in for the Lady Dogs. Warren and Bentley subbing out. Everett, right side of the floor after the second missed free throw. Everett driving on Shepard, gives to Gordon. Out of Floyd. Floyd drives in, steps through, lays it up and in. 7 points in this third quarter for Ava Floyd. Shepard gives the stripe, it's Moore at Ortiz. And a long three attempted, Shepard no good, rebounded by Floyd. Floyd, a bullet pass to Davis, who lays it up and in.
And Josh, you know, the first half, there was a good bit of transition being played, but in the second half so far, I mean, the Lady Dogs have just been running these Lady Panthers. I mean, basically just Bill Cood, killer dillers being ran for these Lewis County girls.
Your score 50-7. Hickman County leads. And Chilton back in the game for Delaney King. 3:23 left in the third quarter. Gordon picks it up, gives to Davis, who drives, takes all the way, has it swatted down by Baugh, but a foul will be called, and the freshman will go to the free throw line.
Davis is fouled. She will go to the line to shoot two.
Davis gets the first one to roll in.
The first is good.
So Hickman County over the half-century mark in this game at 51 points. Lewis County still in single digits. And the second free throw falls short, rebounded by Baugh. Baugh on the left side of the floor. Bounce pass to Ortiz. The recently entered in Chilton playing defense, and it's bounced right to Floyd, who gives to Gordon. Down the floor. This time makes the open layup. So a bit of retribution there for the junior Haley Gordon.
Yeah, and a layup right after you miss one, Josh, is even more daunting than the last. So great job there by Haley, taking the time, making sure she's making that shot.
Everett guarding Moore. Gives it to Shepard, quick pass to Baugh. Now back to Moore from three, over Carly Everett, no good. Rebounded by Baugh. Tries to pass it back out, but it's knocked away, it's loose. Floyd has the loose ball, one-on-one with Ortiz. Misses the layup. Gordon gets the rebound, can't get the putback. Davis can't get the putback. Chilton with the ball, gives it out to Gordon. Gordon dribbles into the paint mid-range, knocked down short, and Baugh picks it up for Lewis County. So a chaotic sequence there, doesn't end in Lady Dog points as Baugh tries to drive, and a charge is called on number 11, drawn by Haley Gordon. And Cam, after coming off of a concussion, I can't imagine mentally it's very easy to be willing to take those types of charges. But Cam, Gordon hit the floor, pops right back up, all smiles.
I mean, but would you expect anything less from Haley, the type of player she is? You know, she doesn't care. She's putting her body on the line, and impressive as always.
So Floyd gives to Chilton, who pulls up from three, line drive shot, and it goes in. Zoe Chilton, her third three on the night. Have yourself a game, Zoe Chilton. Ortiz to Connor, over to Ball, out of the corner. It's Stelz. Ball met by Chilton back at the logo, dribbles around the world and goes to the right corner, looking for help. Knocked away by Chilton. Pass intended for Ortiz, driving. Nice pass, Floyd to Chilton, then Chilton lays it up and in. And Cam, we are seeing a career game from Zoe Chilton here tonight.
I mean, yeah, Josh. I mean, I don't know that these Lady Dogs have looked better.
And a shot attempted there by number 21, Shepard, no good, but she is fouled and will go to the line. Your score as it stands, Hickman County 58, Lewis County 7. Just over a minute left to play in this third quarter. So some substitutions coming in now for Lewis County. The second free throw falls. So 58-9, Lewis 1 point away from breaking double digits. Floyd up the floor. Goes across the way to Gordon, left corner, dribbles in baseline, pulls up mid-range, gets it to go.
Gordon with the jumper.
Haley Gordon, her 7th point of the evening. Hickman County has broken 60 on the game. Smith gives to Moore. Tries to find her man in the paint, but taken away by Floyd. Floyd guarded by Smith. Gets it off to Everett. To the corner, it's Davis. Pump fake, dribbles in, jump stop, mid-range. Too strong. Everett gets the rebound. No good, but Gordon gets the rebound, dribbles it back out, gives to Floyd. Mid-range, floats, won't go. Chilton gets the board. Spins around, lays it up and in, and one for Zoe Chilton.
Gosh, these Lady Dogs are hooping. I don't know how else you can say it. They're hooping.
And Zoe looking to complete the three-point play, and does.
And it's good.
63-9. Cam, you said at the beginning of the broadcast, why not go for 80? That's looking possible. Connor gives to Moore. And a Shepard, guarded by Everett. Goes over to the right wing, it's Connor. Pump fakes the pass. Looking for someone and floats it over to Moore. From three. Won't go, too strong. Smith with the rebound. Puts it up well short. And Chilton tries to secure the rebound. And the time will expire in our third quarter. And after three, Hickman County 63, Lewis County 9. 1 quarter left to play. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Smart appliances, heating and cooling, solar, electric vehicles, mobile apps. Energy impacts your life in many ways.
It's our job to power the technology that brings comfort and value to your busy life.
Your life,
your way.
So you're in the driver's seat.
Let us help. Contact the energy pros at Meriwether Lewis Electric.
Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Tavern style pizza is our thing.
Why couldn't you be happy with deep dish like all the tourists? That's good.
and you just had to make it so crispy and delicious.
It's perfection.
They put the toppings all the way to the edge.
It's cut in the shareable square.
That's delicious.
What's your deal, Pizza Hut?
Your secret's out, Chicago. Try any of our large Chicago Tavern-style recipes for just $12 each.
Hey, Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Sorry, Chicago. No one out pizzas the Hut.
Apology accepted.
Smart appliances, heating and cooling, solar.
So we are ready to begin the fourth quarter. Chilton inbounds to Floyd. The Lady Dogs certainly looking to make a statement in this game. Chilton goes across the way, left corner, quick pass, Bentley to Floyd. Floyd, splash down. Ava Floyd and Zoe Chilton going shot for shot here. Goes the corner. King knocks it out of bounds. Some substitutions being made here before the inbound by Lewis for the Lady Panthers. Smith inbounds it. Floyd tries to take it from Baugh to no avail. The shot attempted, blocked. Now Chilton up the floor, gives to Bentley. Now to Floyd, quick catch release, no good. King with the rebound, drives in, puts it up, no good. The ball's loose and corralled by Bentley, who hands to Chilton. Gives to Nola from three, high arcing, no good. Rebounded by Chilton, puts it up. The hook shot, layup falls in. Zoe Chilton cannot miss tonight, Cam. Make that 68
she's like prom Shaq right now, brother. Just getting rebounds and blocks and, not to mention buckets. Well, I guess she can't be prom Shaq because she made a three.
And a walk is called on Baugh, so.
Nikola Jokic, that's who I'll say.
So things go from bad to worse there for Lewis County. Yeah, Cam, Zoe Chilton, 5 foot something, playing like she's 7 foot something here tonight. Warren across the logo. Just over 6 minutes to play. Chilton, Bentley in the corner. Hesitates and gives it back out. Now Bentley from the corner. Hands it out to Chilton. Chilton to Floyd. Floyd to Bentley in the corner. Touch pass to King. Out to Chilton from three. Won't go. And it will go off the hands of Bentley. So Cam, a lot of quick passes there from the Lady Dogs.
Yeah, Josh, missed shot, good take. You can't say anything else about that. It was just a good look.
And Chilton tips the pass and gets the takeaway. And she's fouled by Moore. Of course, the clock continues to roll as we are in mercy time here. 68-9, Bulldogs lead. Chilton inbounds to Floyd. King out of the corner, it's Bentley. Out of Floyd. King has it knocked away, but Floyd picks up the loose ball. Chloe Warren out of Zoe. Just burning some clock here. Floyd drives, jump stop, gives, Bentley dribbles to the free throw line, gives it to King, who pulls up from three, won't go. I don't think we've seen a three-pointer attempted by Delaney King all season. If we have, they've been very few and far between. I was praying that ball would fall in, but it doesn't, and a lot of substitutions being made. The three seniors subbing out to a standing ovation, a round of applause from this hometown crowd as they had the performance of the year tonight. Floyd catch release from three. Oh, mercy.
Bang!
Oh, come on, Ava.
No, word.
These people have families. It's 71-9 here as Hickman County continues the onslaught. Of course, the freshman in, Davis Everett. Three-pointer no good, rebounded by Ortiz. Another three-point attempted by Smith, and it falls. Lewis County has broken double digits, and it's 71-12. Floyd, right wing, goes across the way to Gordon from three. High bounce won't go. Everett with the putback won't go. And Floyd, goodness gracious, just rips it away. Forces the jump ball. See, Cam, we can call Ava one of the shortest on the floor, but you can never call her one of the weakest.
That is for sure, Josh. You can see that in the way that she plays, the way that she uses her body in the lane. Knowing that she's not the tallest player, she uses her body well. And right there, she just said, give me that.
Pass in the paint. Stelz gives it back out to Ortiz. Got a Shepard being swarmed, looking for help, and double dribbles. So some great defense played in the corner there by the junior Gordon and the freshman Davis.
Well, I didn't know how close it was going to be.
So Cam, this has been a pretty great game for your welcome back here to the booth.
Yeah, Josh, I'm glad to be watching this one. As Chilton comes out of the game, as well as Ava Floyd. What a night from those two, brother. I mean, just boom, 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 boom. In the words of LeBron James, of course.
Of course, these two having a Hickman County Hall of Fame performance here tonight. Hassel and Anderson in the game. And Davis from three. The freshman can't get it to go as it kicks off the back half of the rim. Lewis down the floor. Davis intercepts it and got the steal down the left side of the floor. Davis to Everett from three. No good. Rebounded by Shepard. Under 2 minutes to play, 71-12 your score. Ortiz drives into the paint left side. She'll be fouled. I believe that foul will be on the floor.
They got me fired up tonight, Josh. I love watching them shoot the basketball tonight. You want to talk about somebody's knocking them down? You want to talk about it? Well, we can tonight, my word. I mean, these young ladies are letting it fly, son, and it is hitting the bottom of the net. Fired up.
Well, there is certainly reason to be fired up, and Cam, if they take this momentum into Friday, they could avenge that loss against the Eagles. A timeout is called by Coach Gordon. 61 seconds remain. But through this timeout, Cam, the clock will keep rolling.
It stopped.
Oh, it stopped. Okay, that threw me for a loop there. I didn't realize the clock kept rolling during timeouts, even in mercy time. But our clock management will have that corrected.
I mean, Josh, how about these Lady Dogs tonight?
It's been something to marvel at, Cam. I think in this timeout, Coach Gordon probably just saying, good job. I mean, what else can you say?
I mean, if I'm Coach Gordon, I'm looking at my freshman right now, and I'm just saying, replicate it right now. Go out there and do that.
I mean, yeah, you never want to play at 50%, right? It builds bad habits, especially for freshmen that don't get the kind of minutes that the starters do. Everett inbounds to Davis. 55 seconds. Everett in the corner. Splashes the three. We knew it was a matter of time. We knew it was a matter of time before Carly Everett had her first three of the ball game. Smith driving in herself, lays it up, and it won't go in. Rebounded by Everett. 30 seconds to play. Everett down the floor, goes off the hands of Davis, and it will stay with Lewis. So under 20 seconds now remain. Lewis looking to get some points before this game ends. Everett was in the paint awaiting the driving Ortiz, but it's knocked away before she could even get there, and a foul will be called on Hickman County, but it's a moot point as the horn will sound. The clock hits 0, and that concludes our first game of the evening here on senior night. Hickman County beat Lewis County on the road by 40. They come back at home in the rematch and beat them by 62.
That's how you play ball, Josh. That's how you play basketball. That's what I'm talking about.
Your final score here from the evening, 74-12. The Lady Dogs emerge victorious, looking to keep this momentum rolling into Friday's rivalry game here at home against East Hickman. Now, folks, I should remind you that at the half we will hear from Coach Gordon, and he did tell us beforehand that the three players that will be joining us are the seniors, given that it is senior night. So we'll get to talk to them and discuss this big victory here tonight and what this season has meant to those three young ladies. So, folks, we're going to take a brief intermission here on WNKX. For Cameron Peters, I'm Josh Copley. Don't go anywhere. Game 2 on the way in just a few moments.
Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Tavern style pizza is our thing.
Why couldn't you be happy with deep dish like all the tourists? That's good.
And you just had to make it so crispy and delicious.
It's perfection.
They put the toppings all the way to the edge.
It's
cut in the shareable square.
Yeah, it's delicious.
What's your deal, Pizza Hut?
Your secret's out, Chicago. Try any of our large Chicago Tavern-style recipes for just $12 each.
Hey, Pizza Hut, your Chicago apology.
Sorry, Chicago. No one out, Pizza's the Hut.
Apology accepted.
We welcome you back to WNKX, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just now joining us, I must say you missed a very one-sided ball game, a performance of sheer dominance by the Lady Dogs, where they won 74-12 over the Lady Panthers of Lewis County. But Cam, that brings us to our second game of the evening, the boys of Lewis County versus the boys of Hickman. Of course, we are live here tonight in J.E. Cisco Memorial Gymnasium in Centerville, Tennessee. No place like home. And Cam, we know the last time these two teams met was on the road. We were at Lewis County, and Cam, it was probably, some would say, the game of the year. It was back and forth, it was intense. It saw a lot of jawing on the floor back and forth between these two teams. It saw a couple of foul outs for the Hickman County Bulldogs. It also saw some clutch free throws made by Kylan Seal. And of course, we saw Elisha Puckett do his thing as he does. So Cam, entering in here tonight, do we expect to see more of the same that we saw the last time these two teams faced off?
Josh, protect your house. Trademark Under Armour. Listen, if you are the Hickman County Bulldogs, you have got to come in and take care of business at your place at all costs, right? I fully expect for it to be physical. I expect for it to be chippy. In the girls' game, there wasn't, a lot of opportunities for fouls to be called, but there were softer fouls called at times. So if I'm these refs, I wouldn't doubt that they're fully prepared with that whistle in their mouth to blow it, right? And so if I'm the Bulldogs, I have to play all out, but also understand what Lewis County and their physicality is going to bring, right? So I have to be prepared mentally. I have to be prepared physically to give everything I have. You should feel drained after this game.
And Cam, Hickman County is coming off of a victory on the road at Harpeth last Friday. Now Hickman County enters in tonight on a 6-game winning streak. So they have been on fire as of late. And as for Lewis County, they enter in tonight on a 4-game losing streak. Of course, this losing streak goes back to the same game against the Bulldogs several weeks ago. So Lewis looking to get back on track here tonight, but it won't be an easy task for the Panthers. Panthers having to enter into this hostile environment. But I want to talk a little bit about the game on Friday against Harpeth. Hickman County felt to be in control for the majority of the game, but Cam, during the second half, they let off the gas a little bit. Hickman was leading by a substantial amount. Of course, at the half, they led 29-13. But later on in the game, Cam, Harpeth brought it back to a 5-point deficit. So, Cam, do you think we see that same conservative mindset from the Bulldogs here tonight, or do you think they go pedal to the metal for all 4 quarters?
Josh, if you don't go back in that locker room, win or loss, after this 4th quarter tonight, absolutely gassed without an ounce left, you have not played the way you should, right? You should come in and give every ounce that there could possibly be given on the effort side of things. I'm fully expecting this Hickman County team to play the most just energetic basketball they have.
And Cam, something I also should make note of, we mentioned this as well on Friday. The Lady Dogs, they shot a lot of free throws, right? We know Zoe Chilton shot a lot of free throws, and Cam, this game with the boys against Harpeth was no different. Will McDonald had 19 points, 10 of those points in the second half, 8 of those 10 second half points came at the free throw line. Now we know that was in part to Hickman County forcing Harpeth into foul trouble early on into the second half due to their very conservative, very slow pace of play. But of course that won't work 100% of the time based on your opponent. We saw Elisha Puckett had a great game shooting from beyond the three-point line. Also, of course, made some of his vintage mid-range fadeaway shots. Elisha finished with 27 points. We saw Kylan Seal finish with a bucket, McKinnon finish with a bucket, and Tim Puckett, who entered the game, splashed a 3 and then left. So Tim shot 100% on Friday, and I want to see Tim Puckett get some more minutes as the season winds to a close, Cam.
Yeah, Josh, and in certain games, in certain matchups, we've seen Tim play a lot of minutes. In certain games, in certain matchups, we've seen his minutes be significantly reduced. I think really Tim is a very unique player in his skill set, but what he is skillful in, he is so good in. He's so valuable in, and he plays his own game very well. Tonight against Lewis County, I wouldn't be surprised to see him get more minutes because our guys are going to want to get in the lane. It's going to be a physical game. It's going to be drawn inside. Tim being able to knock down a 3-ball is going to be big in this game. I expect one of two ways. Whatever team either makes the most threes or makes the most free throws will win. I think it'll come down to those two shots.
So Cam, a stat that jumps out to me, at least when it comes to last Friday's game against Harpeth, Brody Worley, he didn't have any shots made on Friday, but if you remember against Camden, the last game you were at, Brody Worley shot very well for the Hickman County Bulldogs, right? He shot very well from beyond the three-point line. Now, Cam, in that same game against Camden, he looked a little shaky in that junior varsity game from the little we saw of it. But Cam, he showed up and showed out in that varsity game. Of course, didn't do as well on Friday, but I expect him to get some minutes as well going forward. I think Coach Dawson, as it gets later in the year, you have a lot of tired legs, fatigue starts to set in. I think having guys as reliable as Brody Worley, as Tim Puckett, guys like this on your bench, like Kylan Seal, who can come in and step up and play great basketball when you need them to.
Yeah, Josh, you know, all season we've talked about how deep of a team Hickman County is, but I think that their role players off the bench are starting to find more of a comfortability and more of a place, right? I think earlier in the season they dealt with a lot of identity issues and who is the player for this and who's the player for that, identifying what role I'm in. At this point in the season, I'm looking around and I'm seeing guys that are finding their role, confidently finding their role, knowing where they can be impactful, and I think that's why we've seen them be on this roll lately.
And Hickman County enters into tonight's game 15-7. They remain undefeated in the district, 4-0. Lewis County enters in tonight 11-9, and they are 1-4 in their respective district. So we have just under 3 minutes left until tip-off for this boys' game. We appreciate you tuning in here tonight via YouTube. And folks, we encourage you to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell so you can be notified anytime WNKX goes live with a presentation of Hickman County sports. And folks, we encourage you as well to encourage any friends or family that want to stay tuned and keep up to speed with all things Hickman County sports, and then direct them to this YouTube channel so they can stay notified as well. So under 2.5 minutes remain now until tip-off. And Cam, we know it's senior night tonight. We just had a ceremony where they acknowledged all the seniors, the girls, the guys, the cheerleaders. It's a very heartwarming moment, and Cam, we saw senior night, whether it was a coincidence or not, served as a great motivator for the Lady Dogs. I mean, they played phenomenally on this senior night, so I think the Dogs are looking to keep that momentum going, right? There's a lot of news that's been swirling around this Hickman County Bulldog team. Not only they won 6 in a row, but you have someone nominated for Mr. Basketball in Elisha Puckett. So a lot of buzz for sure.
Yeah, Josh. You know, and tonight, you know, looking at this boys roster, I don't know that senior night is serving nearly the motivation it is as just the name on the front of the other team's jersey, right? You know, it can be senior night all you want it to be, but when Lewis County is your opponent, you just see blood in the water, Josh. You see blood in the water, and you're a great white shark ready to kill.
So the teams are getting ready. The music has been shut off as we prepare for action. 60 seconds remain. And I want to give a very special thank you to John Michael Lewis. I called him a senior earlier, but he's actually a junior. I think it's because he is so wise beyond his years it made me think he was a senior. So I'm trying to save myself. So the junior John Michael Lewis, of course, we thank him for his hard work, of course, producing and working camera this year, as well as the other students that have been involved in helping WNKX produce these athletics. Of course, Mr. Matthew Dotson has done such a great job with his class, preparing these young men and women for the future if they want to go into a field such as this. Of course, earlier tonight, senior Janie Brown was controlling our camera too. A very special thank you to her as well. So the starting lineups for both teams are going to be introduced.
Tonight's starting lineup, Lewis County Panthers. Number 14, Steele Mosley.
And for the Lewis County Panthers, Steele Mosley, Maddox Tanner, Dakota Hull, Cade Carroll, and number 42, Bo Banks.
Number 44, Cade Carroll.
So Cam, a very similar starting five from Lewis that we saw last time these two teams played, especially Mosley, Tanner, Hull, and Banks. Now Cam, Hull and Banks, these two young men for Lewis County were definitely the main producers for the Panthers. They were giving Hickman County a tough time, and whenever Lewis County needed a basket, those two men were oftentimes the one to deliver.
Yeah, Josh, absolutely. Mr. Hull, Dakota Hull, is definitely going to be a name to watch for from Lewis County. You know, him and Elisha were jawing back and forth all game, but it was almost like a bird magic jawing back and forth. They had respect between one another. They're both hoopers, so I expect tonight to see the same from that young man, but to still have a really good confidence.
And Cam, of course, the head coach for the Bulldogs tonight, Chris Dawson. His starting five, Will McDonald, Braden Foltz, Elisha Puckett, Tyler McKinnon, and Charlie Blystad. So the three seniors will see the floor, and Foltz getting a starting spot here tonight must feel great for that young man. A very talented athlete. We saw him set the world on fire as a receiver in football, and now looking to make his mark here on the court on senior night. Yes. McKinnon will be at midcourt for the tip-off. He'll go face-to-face with number 40, Dakota Hull. And McKinnon just slaps the ball towards the baseline. Elisha secures it, and we're underway. So Puckett, right wing, drives in, looking, kicks it out. Foltz from three. No good, too short. Rebounded by Blystad. Gives out to Foltz. Foltz to Puckett. A deep three. Short. Rebounded by Lewis County. That's Mosley, right side of the floor in a hurry. Hands off the hole in the right corner. And this is where they'll set up Banks. Over to Tanner, back to Banks.
And Josh, Hickman County back in that 2-3 that's been so effective as of late. It looks really good. The movement is really great on the backside. I love this zone for them.
Quick pass, Carroll in the paint. Tries to find his man, but has it ripped away. And Blystad and Mosley, the two men locking up for the jump ball. And the possession arrow will favor Lewis County.
And Josh, Lewis County came out in a man-to-man on defense with Cade Carroll guarding Elisha Puckett. That's not the matchup we saw last time. We saw Hull guarding Elisha. So different matchup from that perspective tonight.
So Mosley, guarded by McDonald, gives it over to Banks. Now ball back up top. Mosley drives in, kicks it back out. Nothing there, and it'll be a turnover. So Cam, it's interesting. No Dylan Qualls in the starting five here tonight.
Well, Josh, that simply just stems from something Coach Dawson has done since I've known him and since I've been around him coaching basketball. Is he gives the seniors their night to start, right? And he lets the basketball be played as it is.
And Elisha, smooth as silk with the three-pointer, and that's how we'll get started here tonight. Elisha strikes first for the Dogs. 3-0 your score, 6.5 to play in the first quarter. Banks at the right wing, met by McDonald. Looking for help, finds Carroll. And Banks a deep three, knocks it down. So we're tied at 3. Puckett down the right side of the floor. Elisha dribbles up top, pulls up from 3. No good, rebounded by Blystad, who kicks it back to Puckett, who drives into the paint. Just shy of the free throw stripe, gives McDonald in the corner. On the baseline, drives past to McKinnon, up and off the glass. Far too easy for the big man.
And Josh, when Elisha and McDonald drive that basketball, they make so many good things happen with the right decision there by Will dropping that ball off to Tyler.
So Lewis looking to answer back as they trail by 2. Bounce pass. Banks loses handle of it, and it falls into the arms of Elisha Puckett. Elisha down the floor, driving at the free throw stripe, gives up to Foltz, now to Blystad. Back up top with Elisha, met by Carroll. Over to Blystad. Tough bounce pass to McKinnon, feeds to Foltz, floater, lays it up and in. Braden Foltz striking for the Hickman County Bulldogs.
Yeah, and a great cut from the top of the key there from Foltz. knowing exactly where to be, and a great dump off by Tyler McKinnon.
So 7-3, Bulldogs lead. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Carroll, left side. Goes across the way to Hull, right wing. Folks on him, tries to dribble in. Stops, just fires it up there, won't go. McKinnon rebounds it. Great defense by Folks. Blystad to Puckett. Stops, dribbles left into the paint, mid-range, falls in. Elisha Puckett, his 5th point of the night, and a timeout is called by Lewis as Hickman leads 9-3. So Cam, how about the starting 5? A little bit different, of course, with Folks on the floor, but he has made his minutes count. Some great defensive plays and the beautiful floater there as well to get himself in the score column.
And Josh, that just comes from a full commitment from effort, right, by the seniors to absolutely lock in and to give their best right now. But even more so than that, that stems from Coach Dawson and the willingness of this team to sit down and learn the offense, right? It's not your typical starting lineup, right? The chemistry isn't 100% there as it usually would be for the typical starting lineup. But Folks and Blostad coming into this starting lineup with the same confidence as if they had been starting the whole season, with the same presence and the same knowledge.
And Cam, something that we should make note of is that Blystad is no stranger to the starting 5. Earlier in the year, he saw his fair share of starts, of course, being a great shooter and a great defender. No surprise, really, that he's back into this game here tonight. Of course, the last few games he hasn't been in the starting 5, but he's definitely been a common sub-in for Coach Dawson's team. So Hull will start things off for Lewis following the timeout. 4:30 to go in the first quarter. Hull left wing. Guarded by McDonald. Dribbles in, high post, feeds out to Banks. A deep 3 over Folks. Won't go. Rebounded by McKinnon.
And Josh, if Hickman County can keep forcing Lewis County to take deep 3s, that's going to be the ingredient for a W tonight.
Puckett at the free throw line. Floats it. Won't get the roll, and Carroll gets the rebound. Hull, right side of the floor. Met by McDonald. Dribbles in. Drives. Kicks it out. Banks. Doesn't take a 3. Gives over to Mosley at the right corner. Now back to Banks. Hull now. Banks drives over. Left wing. Now quickly to Carroll. Drives. Baseline off the glass. An easy 2 for Lewis County.
Yeah, Josh, that's the tough thing about a 2-3 zone is if you're slightly over-rotated or the big man in the middle overcompensates for guarding a guy down low, it can give open lanes on the baseline. But knowing that and being in the offense, you can adjust to that.
And Puckett gets the handoff from McKinnon, steps back beyond the three-point line and gives to McDonald. Looks like a mass substitution here for Hickman County incoming as Puckett pulls up from 3, no good. A nice hustle play by Folks. Great pass to Puckett, and he drives in and lays it up.
And Braden Folks doing the little things throughout the start of this game, the little hustle plays. He's been so great at that. And even when we see him come in at the end of games and stuff, he does those things well then too.
And Tanner's 3 is no good. Carroll gets the rebound over 3 Bulldog players and draws the foul. So a nice hustle play there by Cade Carroll. And they'll get Tyler McKinnon with the foul, his first.
Tim Puckett, Worley, Walls, and Braden Brown.
So Cam, it looks like a team substitution here for Hickman County. Qualls, Seal, Worley, Brown, and Tim Puckett in the game. As Hickman County leads 11-5. Oh, and Worley denies the 3 attempted by Tanner. Now Hickman County on the drive. Worley, step back, 3. No good. Hull picks it up. Down the floor. Hull mid-range. Shot won't go, but he's fouled and will go to the line. So Cam, definitely a confident take there by Worley after the great defensive play.
Yeah, Josh, if you're going to commit to driving, go drive. If you're going to commit to a 3, commit to a 3. There, Brody got a little stuck in between and ended up short on the shot, but got a next play.
And Hull gets his first free throw, checking in now. A sub for Lewis. Maddox Tanner out of the game. Kobe fighting her in. And Hull gets his second one to roll in. So 11-7. Under 2.5 to play in the first quarter. Brown, right side of the floor. Guarded by Kobe. Gives to Qualls. Seal. High post. Gives out to Worley, left wing. Now to Brown. Brown, quickly to Qualls. Puckett. Now Qualls baseline. Swings out. Worley in the corner. Gives back to Qualls. Qualls thought about shooting. Now drives on baseline. Kicks out to Seal. Seal dribbles in and gives to Brown up top. They look to reset. So some good defense played here by the Panthers. Spin move by Brown. Driving in. Off the glass. Won't go. Rebounded by Lewis County. That's Kay Lomax who checked into the game. Hull in the right corner. Drives. Mid-range. Won't go. Rebounded by Lomax, and Worley strips it away, but Mosley picks it up. His shot is no good, and it goes out of bounds on Hickman County.
And Josh, it's the little things, right? It's boxing out. This second group right now has given up a couple offensive rebounds. If they do that little thing of boxing out, they can stop that.
Kobe in the corner, met by Qualls, gives over to Banks. Banks wants to drive at the free throw line, kicks it over. Kobe at the left wing. Now up top. The three from Lewis is up, and it falls in. So the Panthers now trail by 1 point. Qualls up the right side of the floor, met by Hull. Qualls gives to Worley. Worley to Seal. Qualls driving in hard. Floats it up, won't go. Rebounded by Lewis. Banks up the floor in a hurry. Gives the corner, it's Mosley. Mosley gives back out to Banks, now Hull up top. Under 30 seconds to play in this first quarter. Banks feeds it. Wide open layup and an easy two for Lomax. So Lewis now finds themselves in the lead, 12-11.
And Josh, this second group in this 2-3 zone has overplayed a couple of times and has paid for it. Right now in a 2-3 zone, you got to be disciplined on when you go after steals.
And Qualls has to put up a deep three, and it won't go. Hits off the front of the rim. So Lewis County makes a good run and takes the lead back 12-11 at the end of one. Folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Smart appliances, heating and cooling, solar, electric vehicles, mobile apps. Energy impacts your life in many ways.
It's our job to power the technology that brings comfort and value to your busy life.
Your life,
your way.
So you're in the driver's seat.
Let us help. Contact the energy pros at Meriwether Lewis Electric.
Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Tavern style pizza is our thing.
Why couldn't you be happy with deep dish like all the tourists? That's good.
and you just had to make it so crispy and delicious.
It's perfection.
They put the toppings all the way to the edge.
It's cut in the shareable square.
That's delicious.
What's your deal, Pizza Hut?
Your secret's out, Chicago. Try any of our large Chicago tavern-style recipes for just $12 each.
Hey, Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Sorry, Chicago. No one out pizza's the Hut.
Apology accepted.
So welcome back to WNKX. I'm Josh Copley, alongside my broadcast colleague Cameron Peters and J.E. Siska Memorial, where Lewis County leads Hickman 12-11 as we're about to begin our second quarter of play. And it will be the original five we saw start the game back on the floor following the quarter break. Puckett up top, gives to Folks. Folks feeds to McKinnon, over to Puckett at the right wing. Elisha drives in on Carroll, floats it up left-handed, doesn't get the roll, but he gets the rebound. Now from the corner, the three won't go, and Folks goes up for the rebound, but Banks is the one to secure it for Lewis. Banks goes all the way, and it's denied by Elisha Puckett, and a foul is called on the senior. So what looked like a pretty decent defensive play there goes against the Bulldogs, and that will send Bo Banks to the stripe.
And Josh, somebody has got to stop the ball. That's the first thing about transition defense is you have to stop the ball because the ball is the only thing that can go in the hole for points.
And Banks doesn't get his second free throw, goes 1 for 2 at the line. Now Puckett quickly, left side of the floor, gives to McKinnon. Out of Folks, quickly to Blystad. A lot of quick passes, McDonald. Hands off to Puckett, who drives in looking for someone, floats it back out to McDonald. So some nice interior defense being played here by Lewis. McDonald takes it all the way off the glass.
And that was just a big boy move there. Number 10 was outmatched by Will McDonald's size, and Will took full advantage of that mismatch.
Sheer willpower, if you will. And another three made by Kobe Feichtinger. So Hickman, after tying it up at 13, quickly surrenders the three, 16-13. McDonald from three, can't answer back, falls to McKinnon, who puts up the long two from the free throw line. And Cam, that was a line drive shot by Tyler McKinnon.
Hey, but the ball went in, 2 points went up on the board. That's what we want to see.
Banks on Blystad, drives, almost loses a handle, has to give it back out. Long two from Lewis, won't go. Puckett saves it and throws it off of Mosley. A very heads-up, high IQ play from number 12 as we're accustomed to seeing.
Yeah, Josh. On the offensive end right now, there isn't a flow. We've been seeing Hickman County in a flow on offense, the past games I've seen at least. There's a little bit of something off. The ball isn't moving quite as quick. Wow,
and McKinnon lobs it to Puckett. It was short, but Elisha still corrals it and puts it up and in.
Tyler McKinnon has never been known to be a great lob passer. That was a little high.
But he still gets the assist all the same. And Hollis drives in off the glass, no good. McKinnon secures the rebound. And Cam, McKinnon has already picked up several rebounds this game so far.
Yeah, and just a big man cleaning the glass.
And McDonald shot won't go, rebounded by Feichtinger. Right side, gives to Tanner. Now Hull with the ball. Hickman leads 17-16. Hull trying to give his guys the lead back. Bounce pass out to Tanner. Now quickly over to Carroll. Finds Hull, low pass, nice snag by that young man, number 40. Hull drives on Elisha. And Folks knocks it loose, but he's able to pick it back up. And a foul is called. I believe they'll get Elisha Puckett. So Cam, already 2 fouls for Elisha here in the first half.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in as he gets subbed out. When you're guarding Hull, it's a tough matchup. He's a little longer than Elisha. He's got super long arms.
And Qualls tips away the pass. It's a one-on-one effort. Both men take a tumble. And ultimately, it's Lewis that comes up with the ball, and Hull seems a little shaken up, and that looked nasty from both men. Of course, nothing malicious behind that. Just two guys hustling for the ball. And Hull appears to be okay as he walks down the other end of the floor. Now it's Carroll up top. Hands off to Tanner. And McDonald takes away the pass. Down the floor, Blystad lays it up, won't get it, but Qualls gets the putback.
Yeah, and a great job by Dylan to be there for the offensive rebound. The little hustle things like that right there make a huge difference.
And that bucket there by Hickman will force Lewis to call a timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Hickman back in the lead, a 3-point lead, 19-16. So Cam, it looks like in this game might be some more of the same that we saw a few weeks ago. A game that'll come down to the wire, and as you said earlier, which team will do the little things more correctly?
Yeah, Josh. Hickman County right now, I mentioned they're not necessarily in a flow on offense. I think that's due to the non-typical rotations that we're running right now. We usually see a starting lineup with Braden Blackwell and Dylan Qualls in it. I think it's thrown, and it's not throwing us off that much, obviously. I mean, we're up by 3 right now, but I think just the comfortability of the game will take a little bit more time to come. We're starting to settle in, though, and it's looking like better basketball.
So Lewis in possession, following the timeout. Hull at the left wing. Dribbles into the free throw line, down to the paint, lays it up. Won't go, but he's fouled. And Cam, we know that's something that Hull did very well the last time these two teams faced off, and that was drawing fouls. There's a physical style of play on offense.
And right there, the foul on Charlie Blosted. Charlie was an off-ball defender trying to swipe there. I don't mind him swiping, but it's one of those things where it's a little frustrating because Dylan had him trapped in taking a bad shot, right? Charlie kind of bailed him out there, but it's a part of the game.
So Hull makes his first. Number 2 is up, and it's in. So 1 point lead do the Bulldogs have over the Panthers. 4:10 to go in the first half. Brown back in the game for Foltz. McDonald. Tough pass to Blystad. Now to Brown. Quickly to McKinnon, right elbow. Dribbles in and gives to Brown, right corner. Braden Brown dribbles all the way around to the left. Now gets to Blystad, corner 3. Knocks it down. Chuck Nasty.
Yeah, great job there by Charlie. I don't know that he was expecting that pass, but caught it in rhythm and put the ball through the net, brother.
We're talking about Blystad's shooting ability on display there. Cole gives up to Banks. Banks dribbles in, step back long 2, short. Rebounded again. No, it goes off of McKinnon. And they'll say Mosley got a hand on it before it goes out of bounds. So Hickman County maintains possession. Qualls inbounds to Brown. Now back to Qualls, left side of the floor. Under 3.5 to play in this first half. Qualls, top of the key. Tough bounce pass to McDonald, who lays it up and in.
Yeah, great job. Will actually called that play himself. He went over to Coach and said, hey, Coach, he's overplaying me on the initial pass. Let me back cut. Great job by Will picking that up. Great job by Coach Dawson trusting his players.
Mosley drives, baseline, kicks out to Carroll. Left side of the floor, Tanner, out of Banks. Banks drives it on Blystad, loses it, and picked up by Blystad, so the walk is called. Really a moot point, Cam, as it would have been a turnover either way, it looked like. And Hickman County up the floor. And guys, looked like they caught Lewis napping for a second, but McDonald pump fakes the 3, gives back to Blystad up top. Now back to McDonald, to McKinnon, now to Qualls. Pump fakes, goes up, no good. And it goes off the hands of Carroll. And Qualls couldn't secure the putback. Hull in the paint, driving it on McKinnon. Puts it up, and oh my goodness. Tyler McKinnon just too big. Hull does secure the rebound, and Qualls rips it away and gets it to Blystad, and a foul is called. And Cam, I believe they got Dakota Hull there on the foul. And Cam, the Qualls-Hull rivalry that we saw a little bit of in Lewis County a few weeks ago seems to be reignited here tonight in J.E. Cisco.
Yeah, Josh, I would say so. Hull's been taken out of the game. He looked a little shaken up. That's a tough call right there because Hull turned with a lot of momentum and hit Qualls just like head on. It looked like a foul, but Qualls wasn't moving. It was a good job there, I think, by the referee to make that no call and call it on Hull.
And Blystad again from 3. This time it won't go. Qualls tries to get the rebound. And a foul will be called. I believe they'll get Dylan. Neither player going to the baseline.
It is number 22 on Lewis County.
Okay, yes, it is on Lewis. And quickly inbounded. McDonald, corner 3, buries it. Damn, that was
I love a good Will McDonald celly after a 3.
Now one of the fastest catch and release 3s we've seen McDonald take this season. Your score 27-18. Hickman County back in control. Lomax driving in off the glass, no good. Rebounded by McKinnon, who throws it down the court to McDonald, who drives in, baseline, kicks it out. Brown dribbles in. McKinnon from deep. No good on line, but rebounded by Lewis. Banks drives it on McKinnon, puts it up over him, and it falls in. An impressive shot there by Banks, not an easy one to make. So 27-20, Hickman leads by 7. McDonald left side of the floor. Over to Brown. Out of the corner, it's Qualls. Quick pass to McKinnon. McDonald again pulls up. Oh, another three!
And Josh, Lewis County's playing a really extended 2-3 zone right now. Quick passes to the interior and back out are going to be what beats that. Tyler McKinnon did just that right there.
And Qualls intercepts the pass, gets the takeaway. Driving through defenders, but loses it. Carroll with the takeaway. Banks loses it. Ball's on the floor. Carroll in the corner. McKinnon knocks it away. But a foul is called. They will get McKinnon. And Cam, remember, it was Tyler and Qualls, the two men that fouled out the last time these two teams faced off. As Worley checks in for McKinnon. That was only Tyler's second foul of the game, so nothing really to sweat over yet, especially with 22 seconds left in the first half. Brody Worley in the game.
And if I'm Hickman County, I'm giving everything I can in these last 22 seconds to try to get a turnover with a bunch of Lewis County reserves in right now.
So 15 seconds, Lewis taking their time. Lomax drives left-handed, nowhere to go. And a walk is called with 10 seconds. So Hickman County has a chance to end this half with some points.
And Coach Dawson with a great timeout here, drawing something up for these guys to get a good shot.
And it certainly seems like the fans have turned out in a big number here tonight, not only for the hometown Bulldogs, but the visiting Panthers. Both sides packing the arena here tonight. Now, Cam, it's very rare we see both of these bleachers fully extended out, the ones back behind us. But, of course, expecting a big crowd tonight, it's a good thing they did.
Yeah, absolutely, Josh. Lewis County side is packed. Good to see them out. Hickman County side has definitely gotten where they need all their space. So, and I expect to see definitely that happen on Friday.
So Hickman, here we go. It's inbounded. 10 seconds. Brown past the logo. Quick pass to Qualls. Qualls to McDonald. Pulls up deep three. No good. And Worley tries to put it up one-handed, and it won't go, but a Herculean effort by the junior Brody Worley. But at the end of the first half, Hickman County leads the visiting Lewis County Panthers 30-20. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have a word with Coach Gordon and the three seniors. Don't go anywhere.
Smart appliances, heating and cooling, solar, electric vehicles, mobile apps. Energy impacts your life in many ways.
It's our job to power the technology that brings comfort and value to your busy life.
Your life,
your way.
So you're in the driver's seat.
Let us help. Contact the energy pros at Meriwether Lewis Electric.
Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Tavern-style pizza is our thing.
Why couldn't you be happy with deep dish like all the tourists? That's good.
and you just had to make it so crispy and delicious.
It's perfection.
They put the toppings all the way to the edge.
It's cutting the shareable square.
That's delicious.
What's your deal, Pizza Hut?
Your secret's out, Chicago. Try any of our large Chicago Tavern-style recipes for just $12 each.
Hey, Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Sorry, Chicago. No one out pizzas the Hut.
Apology accepted.
And welcome back to WNKX. We're at the half of the boys' game, but as always, we're joined by the head coach of the Lady Dogs, Coach Gavin Gordon. And Coach Gordon is accompanied by the 3 seniors of this Lady Dog team as well, as we look forward to getting to talk to them for a few moments. And Cam, I'll let you ask the first one to the head coach.
Now, Coach, we saw the zone tonight. Haven't seen it in a while. Just speak to why you implemented it, and it looked like it worked great.
Yeah, we've thought about it all year. Wanted to go 1-3-1 out of it, and honestly, Camden did it to us when we went to Camden. Kind of stuttered us a little bit, and I thought back to a couple years ago when we had Zoe on top of that zone and how big it was, and how she gets deflections on balls. So we decided to work on it, man, and we did a little bit at Harpeth, did it here, and had success. So you'll see a little bit more of it along the way for sure.
Now, Coach, of course, a blowout victory tonight, 74-12. The most points the Lady Dogs have scored all season. What do you think contributed to that?
Well, we wanted, that was the goal to score 70. We wanted to. This is a rivalry game for us, and it's at home. It's senior night. Emotions are there, so we just wanted to come out and play as a team. And we shot really well. We hit 11 threes, so that contributed. Got out and ran, and yeah, we just, to be honest, we wanted to take a page out of Coach Dawson's book and score more points. So.
Well, Coach, you know, tonight being senior night, I just want to give you a moment to speak on the seniors.
They're an amazing group. They're what I consider like my first real group because I inherited them as sophomores. I can't talk highly enough about them. They're a tight-knit group and an interesting group, but they've changed the culture back here to where it means something to be part of this team. And they just continue to grow every day, and that's not in part to me at all. I can only push them in the right direction. They just they take it upon themselves to be locker room leaders and just grow as players and people every day, and I love them. That's all I can say.
Well, thank you very much, Coach Gordon. Once again, congratulations on a big victory here tonight. Best of luck to you on Friday. Big rivalry game at home against East Hickman. I'm sure a lot of preparation will be made going into that ball game. But now we turn it over to the 3 seniors of this Hickman County Lady Dog team. And Cam, I'll let you ask the first question to these 3 young ladies.
Now, all of y'all, basketball has meant so much in your life, and especially over the past 4 years. So to all of you, what has basketball meant to you? Have you grown as a person, and how will it influence you in the future?
I would say basketball for me has brought along many friendships for me, and just helped me to understand other people's perspectives and be a better person in general.
Basketball has also brought me many friendships, and I think it has definitely helped me grow as a person and really showed me how to control my emotions and everything like that.
Basketball has definitely helped me control my emotions because I was a train wreck, very angry, and I've grown a lot of friendships, did I say that right? And it's been a part of my life, and I just love it. It's made me grow as a person.
Now, guys, the second question we have for all 3 of you here this evening. It certainly seems like the future of the Lady Dogs basketball team is bright with a lot of the young talent on this team, but I think it all starts with you, right? Your leadership, your talent on the floor. You've given these young ladies a lot to look up to. So what has been your mindset entering this year as a senior, as a leader on this team that a lot of people look up to?
For me, it's just it's my last year, so why not make it the best year? And honestly, I hope that the group next year can do even better than we did.
The group coming up next year is a very good group, and I just tried my best this year to show them how to act on the court and carry themselves, and I hope they will do great things next year.
I try to be the best role model I can be for them so they continue to grow like we've grown their program, and wish the best for the rest of them.
Well, we appreciate you guys joining us. It's been a pleasure to watch you all year. You're all very talented, very gifted, and you've certainly made this team a lot better. So, folks, that will be all for us here at the half. The second half for the Hickman County boys game will resume here in about 4 minutes' time. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back to WNKX Live on YouTube. We are here in J.E. Siska Memorial at Hickman County High School. It has been a pretty good game so far, Cam. Hickman County currently leads Lewis County 30-20 with just under a minute left before we resume with second half basketball. And I'm looking down the stat sheet here, Cam. Will McDonald has been the leading scorer for this Bulldog team with 10. Elisha Puckett right on his tail with 9 points scored in this first half. We also saw Braden Folks get a bucket, of course, the senior who got some starting minutes here tonight. Dylan Qualls came in and got a bucket. Tyler McKinnon has a couple of buckets, as well as a long two from the free throw stripe and an attempted three. He didn't make it, but I love seeing Tyler McKinnon take those kind of shots. And Charlie Blystad, he made a three earlier. So that's what's attributed to this 10-point lead that the Bulldogs currently have. Looking to see more of that as we continue in the second.
Yeah, absolutely, Josh. You know, I think the way that Hickman County pulls away from Lewis County is not necessarily turning them over, right? Let Lewis County make their own mistakes. Let them beat themselves on offense where they're trying to do too much, playing ISO or something like that. If I'm Hickman County, I'm taking care of what I can on the offensive end, right? Try to stretch this lead, make this Lewis County defense either overcommit or undercommit, make them uncomfortable with ball movement, and I think that's how they pull away in this game.
So Lewis starts off the second half with possession. Carroll up top, dribbles in, hands off to Tanner. Tanner, tough bounce pass, finds Mosley out of Banks. Banks drives it on McDonald from the free throw line, knocks down the two. So Lewis County starts off this second half with the half's first bucket. So Brown crossing the logo, gives to Puckett. Elisha at the right wing. Dribbles to his right to the baseline. Nice pass to McKinnon. McKinnon lays it up and in.
Yeah, Josh, when that pick and roll is working, I don't know how people play defense on it, dude. I mean, an Elisha Puckett, Tyler McKinnon pick and roll, that's a couple of big bodies that are going to make a huge difference.
Hull gives that wide open look for Banks. Can't cap it off, but Tanner gets the rebound and puts it up for a tough two. So 32-24 here early in this second half of play. Brown driving left on Tanner. Gives out to McKinnon. McKinnon to Puckett. Pump fakes a three. Dribbles in hard. Spin move. Drives in off the glass. Gets it to fall.
And Josh, I really enjoy watching this whole Puckett matchup. Two guys that know how to get their space, how to use their body. Elisha's a little less long, so he uses his body more. And Hull uses his length.
And Banks, my word, another tough two from mid-range. So Cam, we give a lot of credit to Dakota Hull for being the leading scorer, but we cannot overlook Bo Banks for this Lewis County team, Cam.
Yeah, absolutely, Josh. I mean, he is a huge difference maker for them offensively. He's their second option and a really good one at that.
McDonald left wing, guarded by Mosley. Give McKinnon, floats it to Qualls. Can't snag it. It goes off the leg of Qualls and to Cade Carroll. Now it's Banks in the paint. Tough pass. Carroll can't get his shot to go, and Qualls gets the rebound. Now Elisha, right side of the floor. Elisha dribbles with his left hand in the paint. Gives out to McDonald. Hands off the Puckett. Corner three. No good, too strong. And it's tipped up in the air and corralled by Hull. Hull dribbles in hard on McKinnon, kicks it to the corner, Banks. And it won't fall. And Elisha secured it first. They'll get a foul on Lewis County. The guilty party is number 40, Dakota Hull, his second foul of the game. Charlie Blystad checking in for the Bulldogs. He'll be replacing Braden Brown.
And Josh, you know, for as valuable as Braden Brown is defensively, right now if I'm Coach Dawson, I'm trying to space the floor out so I can get driving lanes for McDonald and Puckett. Charlie Blystad is the way to do that, so I like that sub right there by Coach Dawson.
Blystad bounce past McKinnon in the paint, puts it up, mid-range, won't go. The ball's finally snagged up by a Lewis player. It's Banks, mid-range, won't go. But Hull gets the rebound and gives it back out to Carroll. Now Banks again, drives into the paint, wants to take it himself, lays it up and in.
Josh, it's not hard to score when you're wide open. They've left that young man wide open like 3 or 4 possessions in a row. He's going to make you – I mean, he's their second best scorer. You have got to play some defense.
Tonight you could argue he's been their best scorer. And Elisha secures at the right wing. 34-28 your score, Bulldogs lead. Qualls driving in, pulls up mid-range, doesn't get the roll. And it's picked up by Lewis. Mosley, right side of the floor. Mosley kicks it out. Banks pulls up from deep. Short, rebounded by McKinnon. Down to Qualls. It's a break. And Banks rips it away and tries to throw it off of Qualls to save it for Lewis. Unable to do so. And Hickman will maintain possession. Number 24, Maddox Tanner, subbing out for number 10, Kobe Feichtinger. Puckett inbounds to Blystad at the wing, gives to McKinnon in the corner. Out of Qualls. Bounce pass. McKinnon drives and a jam! A big man slam by Tyler McKinnon.
Baby!
And this place has absolutely gone berserk.
Oh my gosh! I thought he was about to bring it down, Josh.
I think there might be a crack in our backboard. And it's an and one on top of it. McKinnon gets the free throw to secure the three-point play.
Thank God it's a breakaway rim. I mean, that thing would have shattered. Hey, shout out to whoever tightens those rims up. They have them at the perfect, I don't even know, arrangement. My word, what a jam.
Listen, Cam, we've seen two-handed jams from Qualls, Puckett, McDonald, and Qualls breakaway. Well, we see one from Qualls, but it's well defended. Goes for the layup, can't get it to fall, but he will go to the free throw stripe. And Cam, what I was saying earlier, we've seen two-handed jams this season from Puckett, from Qualls, from McDonald. That was a one-handed jam. We knew Tyler had it in him, but it's all about finding that confidence to dunk it, and he does it right there. And Cam, I thought the roof was to blow off of this place.
I mean, Josh, Tyler all season has jumped the Centerville phone book, and now all of a sudden we're jumping the Davidson County phone book. I mean, millions of contacts in that one. He just got up.
So Qualls makes free throw number 1, number 2 on the way. No good. Rebounded by Lewis, but Qualls gets the takeaway and lays it up and in. And a timeout called by Lewis. Hickman County leads 39-28. And my word, Cam,
I'm fired up, Josh.
You could just feel the momentum shift in this building.
Hey, it's got to keep shifting though. Like, hey, celebrate, but going into this timeout, you know, and Lewis County called this timeout, but honestly, if this does any favors for anybody, I think it honestly might do it for Hickman County, right? You know, you have this elation on a dunk like that. It gets you hype, and then, but the game kind of slowed down, right? When you have a dunk like that, and the game just doesn't get back going, it's hard to take that momentum with it, right? So right here, Hickman County getting this timeout to lock back in, say, the dunk was amazing, right? But there's a basketball game to be played, so let's take care of business.
But Cam, I think something that dunk does, it doesn't just fire up a crowd, it doesn't just increase your lead, that gives confidence to McKinnon. We know he is a player that hasn't played as physical as he probably should this season. But Cam, when you do that, when you realize, hey, I'm the biggest dude on the court and I can establish dominance in any way I want, I mean, Cam, that might change the dynamic of this Bulldog team if McKinnon is playing at his most confident.
Yeah, absolutely, Josh. You know, a big man with big confidence is dangerous.
So Banks tries to find Mosley in the corner, but McDonald says, sorry, sir, not today, and knocks it out. Mosley to inbound. Finds Banks. 3:10 remaining in this third quarter. Feichtinger met by Puckett, passes in to Lomax. Gives it back out, 3 attempted, no good, short, picked up by Puckett. Left side of the floor. He's going to keep going all the way. The mid-range shot won't go. Rebounded by Lewis. The shot attempted by Hull won't go in. McDonald rips it away. McDonald hands to Puckett. Puckett dribbles and drives. Takes it all the way. Shot won't go. Gets his own rebound and lays up the putback, and it falls in.
And Josh, this Bulldogs team looks motivated right now. They want to go out and kill Lewis County, and I love that motivation.
And Hull's three-pointer won't go. Mosley gets the rebound on the baseline, kicks it. Hull drives in, lays it up. This one does fall. So, Cam, it seems like Hull just hasn't gotten a lot of shots to fall for him with the exception of that layup. But, of course, that won't stop him from trying. McDonald, step back, thought about shooting, but gives over to Qualls. 2 minutes left in this third quarter. Qualls drives himself off the glass, gets it to go.
And I love that slow step through from Dylan Qualls. It's such a good game. You know, everybody over the age of 60 wants to yell walk every time from the other team, and it drives me nuts. But, hey, it's not. It's basketball. It's a great move.
And Blystad guards Lomax. He goes up for the shot. Now Puckett on the break. Steps through. And it looked like Elisha was going for a poster dunk there. Cam, of course, comes up just a bit short as he is fouled, and that will send Puckett to the stripe.
And Josh, he absolutely was. But with two guys swiping at you and trying to hit you, it's tough. But, you know, the defender was so much smaller than Elisha. It looked like he got undercut. When you're going up like that, it can be a little dangerous, a little shaky at times. But Elisha stayed with it, obviously, shooting to the line.
So Elisha makes the first free throw.
Of course, I don't really know much about being that high in the air. I've only seen it from other people in 2K.
Same here. So Elisha makes both free throws. 15-point lead do the Bulldogs have, 45-30 over Lewis. Banks goes to the corner. Feichtinger quickly. A three-point attempt by Lewis, no good. McDonald secures it. That was Mosley on the attempted three. Puckett. McDonald pulls up from three. No good. And Blystad takes a shot in the mouth. As he jogs back to the other side, Lewis gets the rebound. Banks, right wing, guarded. Puckett and Qualls. Finds Feichtinger. Pulls up from three. Won't go. Puckett gets the rebound. And he is fouled by Lomax. And Cam, we should clarify, that was the fifth team foul for Lewis, so that will send Hickman County to the free throw line on the other end.
Josh, I got real confused. I was like, what are we doing here? But fifth foul, locked back in now.
And Tim Puckett entering in for Blyst after that shot he took to the mouth. Elisha Puckett, the one shooting the two free throws for Hickman.
And Josh, Hickman County, I predict, will be switching into the 2-3 zone with Timothy Puckett on the floor. How many times can I say I love watching Tim Puckett play defense in a 2-3 zone?
So Elisha makes number one. Makes it a 16-point lead. Under a minute left to play in this third quarter. Elisha goes 2 for 2. 47-30. Dogs lead here as the third quarter winds to a close. Carroll gives Banks out of the corner. It's Tanner back to Banks, over to Holt. Holt drives it on McDonald into the paint. Nothing there, but he is fouled. And that certainly seems to be the name of the game for Holt, Cam. He's definitely fearless for this Lewis County team. He always tries to make a lane. And that's what makes him so dangerous. When he's not scoring a layup, he's going to the free throw line.
Yeah, Josh, and I mean, he absolutely can. You know, we haven't seen many kids that are as long and as athletic as Hull is. I think he's a really special scorer, but when a Hickman County defense that has versatile, lengthy defenders is zeroing in on you and they're letting anyone else beat them except for you, it's tough, right? And I think even though Hickman County has arguably overplayed him at times, he's had a solid night. So I think he's an absolutely fantastic basketball player.
So under 30 seconds now to play, 23 to be exact. Hickman up 47-32. Elisha patiently just letting the clock run down so they can take the final shot of this quarter. Elisha dribbles right, top of the key, pump fakes the three, gives to McDonald, dribbles left, step back, three, splash!
Bang! Bang! Bang!
It is a busy day at the morgue for Will McDonald. Oh my goodness.
Buried it.
His third three of the ball game, his 13th point. Now, Cam, that was his first bucket of the second half, but you cannot underappreciate the value that he's brought to this team in this ball game against Lewis County.
Yeah, Josh, I mean, I would 100% go as far to say at this point in the season, Will McDonald is the second option for this Hickman County basketball team. He gives them another element of, right now he's a bit of a two. I would argue that Will is a 2.5 dimensional scorer, right? He can get to the rim well. He can shoot from deep well. Those are his two shots. Now, we've seen him at times make mid-range shots. He knows he has that capability. But, I mean, if you are comfortable taking those first two shots, take those shots. I absolutely love watching Will just be confident in his shot. Because early in the season, you can remember he got taken out of the starting lineup for a couple of games, I believe, 2 or 3 games. And something has clicked. And he has just had that offensive aggressiveness, the confidence to be the aggressor. It's fun to watch.
So we are underway with fourth quarter play. Hickman up 50-32. 8 minutes between Hickman and a victory. And tries to find Banks. Tim Puckett corrals it and tries to get it off to a player before he's called for a walk, but it finds the hands of Maddox Tanner, who puts up a long two from the free throw stripe and knocks it down. So, Cam, a great effort play there by Tim Puckett. Just unfortunate there was no one else to help him in the vicinity.
Yeah, Josh. I mean, Tim slipped. There's not much you can do about it. It happens.
Elisha dribbles into the paint, puts it up, no good, but gets his own rebound and puts it up for 2.
And that's something that we've seen so many times from Elisha is taking that floater and going right back up just in case he misses. That's just that's just knowing your game.
And McDonald knocks it out of the hands of Hull. It finds Kylan Seal, who gives to Puckett. Puckett drives, gives to Qualls. Tries to quickly get it to Seal, but he wasn't ready for it. And Qualls, almost a 360 floater there, doesn't go. And it's rebounded by Lewis. In the corner, it's Feichtinger. Gives up to Tanner. Tanner on Puckett, drives into the paint. Off balance shot, no good. Kylan Seal gets the rebound. Puckett left side of the floor. Gives to Will McDonald. Out to Puckett. From 3. No good off the back of the rim. And Hull gets the rebound. Down the floor. Drives into the paint. A wild shot, no good. Well defended. He was guarded from all sides. Qualls to Puckett. Down the floor. Nice move. And Elisha with a jam. Make that 54-34. Bulldogs up by 20.
Josh, give me another one. I can eat those dunks all night.
So 6 minutes remain between Hickman and a victory. Hull gives over to left wing. 3 attempted by Lewis will fall.
Josh, that young guy has shot the ball really well tonight. I mean, that's got to be 4 for him so far. I know he had at least 2 in the first half where we just left him open. But he's a great shooter. We got to adjust and get out on him.
Big Cam, his name is Kobe, so he has big shoes to fill.
Tracks. Big shot maker, big shot taker there.
So a timeout is called on the floor. Hickman 54, Lewis 37, 5:50 left to play. So Cam, this has definitely looked like a much more well-rounded Bulldog team as opposed to the last time we saw them. in Lewis County. Now, you can attribute that to being on the road in a less familiar gym, right? But I think at the end of the day, if you're Coach Dawson, you're telling your guys, whether we're in our gym or someone else's, we got to play our same game, get the job done no matter where we are, because you're not always going to be at home. So whether or not it takes you being at home to get back on track or not, I think they appreciate the performance being put in here tonight.
You know, Josh, if you have state tournament aspirations, then you have to be able to play anywhere at any time. Because guess what nobody gets to do at the state tournament? Play at home, right? They're in the Glass House in Murfreesboro. So you have got to be able to play in those big environments. And obviously Hickman County has played in those big environments and has won in those big environments. Talking about Lewis County, but being at home and just grabbing momentum and taking it with them has been huge.
And Puckett slings it to his brother Tim, but a little too much mustard on that one as Elisha telling his brother to keep going down the floor. And that ball was slung from one end of the court to the other.
And Josh, you know, I know Tim didn't just take off right there as he should have, but I love watching him play offense. If you are just a ball lover and you're on the live stream, watch Tim Puckett move off ball on offense. He knows exactly where to be. It is absolutely masterful. I could watch Tim Puckett off ball highlights and be pleased.
So Carroll is fouled by McKinnon. That is Tyler's fourth of the game. And Carroll will shoot two. The first one, no good. The second one's up, and this one does fall for Cade Carroll. So 54-38, your score. Puckett to Qualls. To McDonald. And he walks. So Dylan Qualls, the guilty party there, and it'll be a turnover. The ball will go back to Lewis.
And Josh, I know you're up big right here with only 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go, but it's not impossible for Lewis County to come back. So you have to clean up the mistakes that are happening right now.
Mosley dribbles left up top, swings it to Feichtinger. Now up top, Mosley again. Banks pulls up from three, knocks it down. So Cam Lewis only trails by 13 with 5 minutes. Like you said, definitely not impossible as McDonald brings it to the left side of the floor, gives to Puckett. Puckett quickly to McKinnon. Floats it to Qualls a little too tall. And it goes up the hands of Qualls into the hands of a Lewis County player. Banks pulls up mid-range, doesn't get it, gets his own rebound. And Puckett swats it away, and a foul is called.
Oh, now! Oh, my mic was on. Yeah, no, I figured I might as well just keep it on at this point.
This is why we love you, Cam. You always bring the unpredictability to this broadcast team. And Banks' first free throw is good. So Lewis County slowly but surely shrinking the gap between these two teams. Banks' second free throw doesn't go, rebounded by McKinnon. Out of Puckett, Elisha right side. He'll be met by Banks at midcourt. Bounce pass over to McDonald, left side of the floor. Bounces it back to Puckett. Puckett swings it, Qualls to McKinnon, who lays it up and in.
And a great job there by McKinnon. You could see it in his eyes. He wanted to go for that jam, but going with the safe layup right there. Good choice.
Of course, came late in the game, a missed dunk. You can just hand your opponent free momentum, and you don't want to do that. And Elisha gets the steal on the pass from Mosley, floats it right to Tim Puckett, lays it up and in, and one.
Absolutely, Tim Puckett! Gosh, I love watching Lewis County lose, Josh.
And Tim Puckett, my goodness, what an effort. They weren't on the same page when they attempted it a few moments ago, but this time Elisha hits Tim perfectly in stride, and that brother-to-brother connection as Tim knocks down the and one and completes the three-point play. And a timeout is called by Coach Dawson. Will be a full timeout. 59-42 there. Your score with 4:16 to go.
Josh, I'm looking to Hickman County to not necessarily. So Lewis County's in a 1-3-1. It's a really high half-court trap that they are pressing full court. It looks like a 1-2-2 full court press. The press isn't. It's got a lot of holes, and Hickman County's hitting them quick, right? When a press is effective is only when the team with the ball is not adjusting quickly to it, right? Hickman County, Elisha throws the ball in. They throw the ball back to Elisha. Elisha throws middle, right? That is the ingredient to break this press. And then they're getting Lewis County in this weird, it's a very extended zone. I'm not entirely sure what the zone is, but it's very extended. And if you can get them to overcommit to one side, which they've done 3 or 4 times now in a row, you can break it easy. And so I want to see them do it more here.
So Lewis in possession. It's hold. It's Mosley rather from 3, no good. Rebounded by Puckett. Puckett down the floor and he's fouled. And Qualls doesn't get the 2-hand jam. It wouldn't have counted anyway. So Hickman County stays in possession. Elisha will throw it in from the far sideline to McDonald. Puckett near that midcourt line, gives his brother Tim. Now to Will, to McKinnon. Back out, Elisha pulls up from 3, won't go. McKinnon gets the rebound, lays it up, won't go. And it's secured by Tanner. Tanner finds Banks, gives to Hull. Hull dribbles into the paint on McKinnon, spin move. And McKinnon denies it, but Hull picks it back up. And Qualls swats it down, but now it's given out to the corner. No good, air ball. Picked up by McKinnon. Puckett left side of the floor. In the paint, spin move, lays with his left hand, won't go. Gets his own rebound and secures the putback. Elisha Puckett, the master of never missing a shot twice. And Banks just drives in, no good, swatted away. And the put up there by Hull will not go, but he will be fouled.
Shout out Tyler McCannon tonight for just being a big man. I mean, Josh, he has played the big man role to a peak. He looks,
This has definitely been McKinnon's one of, if not his best performance of the season tonight, Cam, and in all facets of the game, not just on offense, not just because he had a huge dunk, but he is just doing all the things right tonight. Now, he does have 4 fouls, but that's part of it, right? When you're a big man in the paint, with guys like Hull driving in, looking for tough shots, you're going to get called every now and then, but it has not shaken McKinnon's confidence at all. The official talking things over with Hull of Lewis, not really sure what's going on down there on the floor.
He was talking between Puckett and Hull. I'm sure that there were words shared at the free throw line as usual.
And Dylan Qualls not taking too kindly there to that little extracurricular contact. Blystad and Folks back into the game. So under 3 minutes to go, 2:50 left, 61-44, a Bulldogs lead. Puckett to Blystad. Over to Folks. Now to McKinnon. Floats it to Qualls. Corrals it, lays it up, won't go. Picked up by Tanner. Tanner top of the key. Bounce pass over to Ryan Tanner. Feichtinger gives the left wing, bounce pass. Mid-range shot denied by McKinnon, but it still finds the hands of a Lewis player. That was Sam Moore that picked up the loose ball. Now Folks on the drive will pull up, slows momentum, handoff to Elisha. Floats it, Qualls, lays it up, doesn't roll, and picked up by Ryan Tanner. 2 minutes left in the game. and Blystad takes it away. Left side of the floor, left-handed layup goes for Blystad. Tanner thought about pulling up from three, doesn't, hands off to Ryan Tanner. It's Jones with the ball near the free throw stripe, but a timeout will be called by Lewis County with exactly 90 seconds remaining. And Cam, what a night it's been for these Bulldogs, specifically these Bulldogs seniors. Right, of course, when you're playing a game with as much emotion as a night like tonight can have, it's not easy to play your best ball, but Cam, they've come out and they've played pretty darn well.
Yeah, Josh, this second half especially stands out to me. They were in rhythm in that half. You know, I talked about in the first half the different rotations might throw something off for them. Well, whatever was thrown off in the first half, they found it in the second half. They were fully in sync with each other. I'm very impressed with how this Dogs team came out, and we see the young guys getting in right here. Braden Brown, Aiden Hutchison, Taylor Hutchison, apologize. I can't tell. They're all out there.
Got Hutchison, Brown, Gilbert, Lane, and Worley in for the Dogs. The young guns in the game. Dribbles in. Loses a hand on it as Julian Jones looking for somebody. Puts up a shot. It won't go, but he's fouled. So we'll send Jones to the line with just over a minute and 15 left to play at 118. Hickman County 63, Lewis County 44.
His first, team's fourth.
Jones puts it up and good.
Josh, I think I'm going to go to my bed tonight just thinking about that Tyler McKinnon dunk. I mean, that was the best moment of the day for me. I got to be honest.
Some would say moment of the week already, but of course a whole other game left to be played this Friday. Hutchison loses handle of it, gets it off to Lane. Lane hands off to Hutchison, who drives in, goes up the glass, no good. Picked up by Lewis, a minute left to play now. Driving in, shot, no good. Out of bounds, and it will stay with Lewis County. That was Sam Moore on the drive there. It'll be Ryan Turner inbounding it for the Panthers. And he finds Fight, gives it out, driving in, loses handle of it. And a foul is called against Hickman. That will send Phoenix McDonald to the line. And McDonald goes 2 for 2. 63-47 your score, 50 seconds left to play. Gilbert, middle of the floor, hands up to Worley. And Hickman looking content, just bleed the clock. Worley drives in, he goes all the way to the glass. The layup no good. Lane puts it back. And
Atticus Lane, baby!
So Atticus Lane to the line. His free throw is up. Rattles in and out. Worley almost gets the rebound, but it's picked up by Jones and Lewis down the floor. McDonald up top, met by Lane. Feeds over. Moore dribbles in, kicks it out to Jones. Jones dribbles in, right side. At the baseline, Worley gets a hand on it. Forces his man to give it out to the right corner. Moore drives in, and he travels. So 13 seconds remaining. As Hickman will leave J.E. Cisco victorious.
Big dubs, big dubs.
And Brown will let the clock run out. And it strikes 0, and that will do it. Hickman County 65, Lewis County 47. Now, folks, we're going to take one last commercial break and come back with our post-game show. Cam and I will talk over a few things from the game, and we'll hopefully get a word with the head coach of the Dogs, Coach Chris Dawson.
Smart appliances, heating and cooling, solar, electric vehicles, mobile apps. Energy impacts your life in many ways.
It's our job to power the technology that brings comfort and value to your busy life.
Your life,
your way.
So you're in the driver's seat.
Let us help. Contact the energy pros at Meriwether Lewis Electric.
And welcome back to the WNKX post-game show. And if you're just now joining us, very unfortunate timing as our game is just ending, but don't worry, you can always rewind and watch the streams back whenever you'd like. And folks, it was a great night tonight for Hickman County basketball. Your Lady Dogs defeated the Lady Panthers 74-12, and your Bulldogs defeated the Panthers 65-47. So a good night tonight on senior night for these Dogs, as they look to take this momentum into Friday, where they will face off against the East Hickman Eagles. So Cam, let's talk about this game for just a few moments here. Hickman County started off a little bit sluggish. They didn't play their best basketball, of course, as we mentioned throughout the broadcast. They were using a bit different rotation of guys in the game. But Cam, I think the guys that got some minutes on the floor, guys like Braden Folks, he was playing really solid basketball here tonight. Of course, he wasn't just lighting the score column on fire, but he got a big bucket earlier, which got a huge roar from the crowd. He played solid defense, he did the little things right, and I think he definitely earned Coach Dawson's trust.
Yeah, Josh, absolutely. And to me, he shined the most on the defensive side. And Braden's done that all year when he's been in. Is defensively, he's always been very intelligent and physical. That's a big thing that he brings that you don't always see from people, is a physicality. And he absolutely had the physicality tonight, picking up Lewis's best few defenders in the early parts of the game. Did a great job stepping up into that and playing big.
Yeah, absolutely, Cam, and it's always so heartwarming for us, right? Getting to watch these young guys that have worked their tails off this year, especially these seniors who get a night that's all about them, right? They get a night to shine, to have the spotlight, and Cam, these seniors made the most of it here tonight, and it was wonderful that every senior had a point in the scoring column for these Bulldogs here tonight.
Yeah, Josh, and that's Coach Dawson's whole intent on senior night. When I was playing for him, and even when I wasn't playing for him and we were still in school, the guys that we graduated with on their senior night, he really prioritized them, getting them minutes, getting them touches in their senior night. A big moment for them. And tonight we see that the result of that was a really good one, right? These seniors came out, took care of business, not just them, but obviously the whole team. I mean, absolutely dynamic from all aspects of the game from this team tonight. Absolutely incredible performance.
But yeah, Cam, as we look through the stat sheet here, my word, what a performance from Tyler McKinnon, right? We're so used to seeing him rack up double digits in the rebound column, but Cam, tonight he put up double digits scoring, right? He had at least 11 points on the evening, and my goodness, he had probably one of the most exciting plays of the year. Right, as we mentioned earlier, it's one thing to see a two-handed jam from Dylan Qualls, but Cam, seeing a one-handed throwdown from a big man who you've known has been able to dunk, he just hasn't found that confidence yet to finally just let loose and do it. It was a great moment here tonight for Hickman County.
I mean, and Josh, he didn't just dunk, dude. I mean, he jammed it. He punished the rim for being between him and the bottom of the net. My word, he got up. And I'll say it. That's why we have the score we do. That's why Hickman County won by 18 points. That electrified them and got them, I mean, just rolling, right? I mean, they were already up by probably 6 or 7 at that point, but you do something like that, that'll get some momentum going.
Well, and Kim, I think it also shows that if Hickman County plays into their strengths, they're going to be very scary, especially late in the season as it's winding to a close, and then as we enter the postseason, right? Hickman County, I mean, they're entering in tonight with 6 wins in a row, and tonight's W made it 7 wins in a row for Hickman County. They have really found their groove, and they have been knocking down any opponent that's dared to stand in their way. And Friday, I'm sure looking to make it an 8-game winning streak, but Cam, if there's any team that wants to put a halt to this Hickman County momentum, there's no team that wants it more than East Hickman.
Yeah, Josh, absolutely. They're going to come out looking for absolute revenge in its purest form. This place is going to be rocking on Friday, Josh, and I'm going to be excited to be a part of it. And, you know, it's going to be the matchup that I mean, every time we get this matchup, it's one that we want. It is just a good, solid basketball game that's going to be played hard. And I absolutely see this game on Friday being a statement game for one of these teams, because Hickman County is undefeated in the district right now, and they can keep that going against East, but they can also very easily drop one to them.
Yeah, Cam, and someone I want to look at too tonight is Will McDonald. On Friday, he had 19 points. Tonight he comes in, puts up at least 13 points, and it really looks like he's starting to find his confidence over these last several weeks. And Cam, when Will McDonald is on, Hickman County will be winning ball games.
Yeah, Josh, you can never the best teams in the NBA, the best teams in college basketball, they have a number 2 guy, right? They have a guy that they can go to outside of their best scorer to take care of business. And Will McDonald has fully taken on that role and has fully impacted this team in a just absolutely dynamic sense, where he gives them another option that is a really good option, right? You know, Elisha is a guy that's going to look to drive, right? That's where he wants to score from, is from inside. Will is fine with standing on that perimeter and letting it fly. And I love the slight difference in those two while also being 3-level scorers.
And Cam, I want to make a comparison between these Lady Dogs and the boys. Now, of course, their play styles aren't identical by any means, but I think their value to the team as far as players go, you can compare Will McDonald to almost like a Haley Gordon type player, right? Both juniors, both play with high intensity, and Cam, when both players are on their A game, they provide such a unique spark that it seems like no one else on the floor really can provide.
Yeah, you're 100% right. In the fact that they can give a spark that no one else can provide. They bring an element of energy that no one else brings, especially when you have things going offensively for Will. You know, on Haley it's defense. For Will it's offense, man. When he's on one on offense, watch out.
And Cam, Coach Dawson is making his way up here right now, so folks, we will be getting a word from him, and he is selected similarly to Coach Gordon to bring up the 3 seniors, and we are excited to get a word from all 4 of them here this evening following this big win against Lewis County.
about the whole team.
Coach Dawson, welcome.
Thank you.
Glad that you can join us here tonight. So, Cam, I'll let you start things off and ask our first question here.
Well, Coach, last game against Lewis County came down to the wire. Y'all came in, took care of business. What changed, or did the game plan just work better?
We're a better team than we were when we played Lewis County last time. And I know they've been battling some illness and stuff, so they're not at 100% right now, but we did what we needed to do. We were still trying to find our way. We had been struggling when we went down there and played, and that game's kind of turned us. Like we found a way to win in the close game down there. We now won 7 straight. Just really proud of our effort. It was a total team effort tonight. We had so many guys that played well, including these 3 guys standing right here. Were fantastic tonight.
Now, Coach Dawson, of course, you entered in tonight with a 6-game winning streak. You've made it 7 after the win against Lewis. Now, what will be the keys to hosting East on Friday to make that an 8-game winning streak? Of course, they'll be rocking in here. Great environment.
Yeah, show and play. We got a good basketball team, and when we're getting out and running, funning, and gunning. That's kind of our motto right now. We're sharing the ball real well. We're getting out. We're guarding. We're rebounding. Our big guys played really well tonight. But we're a formidable basketball team, and we're just going to – it doesn't matter who the opponent is, East Hickman, whoever. We're going to show up. We're going to give it everything we got and see what happens.
Now, Coach, it being senior night, I just want to give you the floor on the seniors, what they've meant to the team, what they've meant to you.
Oh, man, I love these guys. We just talked about it in there in the locker room. 5-6 years ago, you've been around, Hickman County basketball wasn't even on the map. Like, we had a decent little team, but these guys have put Hickman County basketball on the map, and it's something for our whole community to be proud of. And that's just from the work of these guys, just their hard work every day. They come, they clock in, and they work their tails off. Not only that, they're great students. They're great in the community. I don't think you could ever ask for a better group than this one right here.
Well, Coach Dawson, we thank you for joining us here tonight. Once again, congratulations on a big rivalry win against Lewis, and we'll see you on Friday against East.
Thanks, Josh. Thanks, Cam.
Yes, sir. Now, folks, we are joined now at this time by the seniors of this Hickman County Bulldog basketball team. So, guys, what we're going to do, we're going to ask you a couple of questions. We're just going to go down the line, and you each answer it in a way that you see fit. So, Cam, we'll start with you to ask the first question, then we'll open the floor to the seniors.
Now, guys, over the last 4 years, obviously basketball has meant to you a lot at Hickman County High School, but not just now, but your whole life basketball has meant a lot. So just speak to the impact of the game that it's had on your life and how it's changed you as a person.
Obviously, basketball, it means a lot to us. We've spent 4 years doing it. It's just, it helps you, get involved in the community and get people to know you, and just helps you build relationships that'll last your life.
Hey, sorry, Elisha, we're putting on the floor. Yeah, we're all giving you your own unique answers here.
I play basketball my whole life. I think it teaches you a lot of life lessons about, because you're not always going to win in basketball, so you got to learn to accept losses, and build from them. And I think it's really good because, in life, you're not going to win every time, and it helps you to learn that.
My freshman year, I was a very quiet person, and it opened me up pretty much. And I don't know, it's just the environment here is like unimaginable, and it's very great.
So we have one more question for you guys here before we let you go and celebrate your victory here tonight. So the future of this team is certainly bright, right? You have a lot of talented young men beneath you that certainly look up to you as seniors. So entering into this season and knowing you'd have to take on a leadership role, what did that mean to you? How did you prepare to come into this locker room as a leader of the team?
At the start of the season, I don't think any of us were ready to take it on, but as the season's gone on and as we've gotten better, I think that we've taken on more of a role to get louder in practice, motivate guys to do better, and step up as leaders.
Yeah, to go off that, I would agree. I think beginning of the year we probably weren't that ready. And then once we realized the impact that, the missing the people from last year, the impact that not having them has on our team, I think it's taught us that we got to step up, and really fill in those leadership roles.
It was well said by them. I agree with everything they just said.
Well, guys, we appreciate you joining us here tonight. It's been a pleasure to watch all of you this season. Wish you the best of luck going forward. But, folks, until then, that will do it for us here tonight on WNKX. For my broadcast colleague, Cameron Peters, I'm Josh Copley. We will see you Friday. and a rivalry game that everyone's been waiting for since the last time these two teams played. But folks, until then, I must bid you all adieu, goodbye, and good night.